Right?
Yeah, like one person really likes him, or one or two people might, but most of the other guys don't. They're like,
Yeah,
really
exactly. And Bo Black seems like the kind of guy where, like, one of the people in the group was like, oh, yeah, he's my friend. And then everybody else is just like, oh, okay, buddy, pal, friend, sure. You know, like,
yeah.
Like, I guess,
Dude,
I guess we're all friends now. Wonderful, isn't it? And the group was
dude,
like,
the way
yeah,
he fucking
like
argues is like, fucking infuriating, though. I don't know if you watched any of that shit,
buddy,
but goddamn, that guy,
sure,
dude. I don't know how the fuck anybody dealt with that guy for as long as they did, because he's so dishonest in the way he fucking argues shit.
Well, and if you fuck something up or you get something wrong, like that's normal. Everybody fucks things up and gets things wrong. Just admit it and apologize and then move on. Like all you gotta do is just say, hey, you know what? I was wrong about that. I'm sorry. I was fucking wrong, and I shouldn't have done that, or I shouldn't have said that, or whatever.
Yeah. Well, that's part of what's infuriating with him too, is he will kind of say that, and then make it very obviously, very quickly, that that's not actually, like, he
doesn't really give a shit. Like, he's not really sorry.
Yeah. And again, he just fucking, like, outweights people. He just fucking keeps arguing and arguing.
Oh, yeah. It's one of those things, like,
Yeah.
I get kind of caught up in that sometimes, too, where I'll be, like, having a discussion with somebody and we get kind of in a loop. Sometimes I do that, like, where I just don't realize that, like, there's never going to be a consensus. And then we're just never going to agree. And it's like, and that's fine. Like, you don't have to agree on everything with everyone. That's silly to try. But, it's really obnoxious. The thing the only thing that really bothers me about that is when you're having that discussion and you're not discussing opinions. You're just talking about factual reality. And they just refuse to accept, like, no, this is facts. Like, these are just undeniable facts. They're not up for debate. You're arguing about things that just aren't true. Like, you're just lying.
Yeah, people refuse. Yeah, people are literally denying reality, and just refusing to be able to.
Yeah, it's like Trump's responsible for all the rising prices. That's just not true.
Right.
The reality is they were going up exponentially during Biden's entire fucking presidential term. Like, this is not something that just suddenly started happening. It's been going on since Trump was falsely had the presidency stolen from him for the second term. You know, like.
Yeah. It was going up due to the with shit, which is fine. Nobody's fault, really, I guess, or kind of.
Oh, the COVID stuff was definitely like Trump was like, we're going to do this for like a couple of months, then we're done, and then Biden was like, couple of months, hold my beer. We'll make it a couple of years.
I think you mean a couple of years, maybe a couple presidential terms.
They would have loved that. They would have been able to just take over power entirely, with all their fucking illegal aliens swaying the electoral votes to their states and all the fucking ballot harvesting and false fucking and fake ballots they're printing out at their little farm out in the fucking woods.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, dude. Yeah. I wonder if they're gonna actually get something to the Supreme Court about the whole anchor baby.
So right now what they're doing is they're challenging district courts' ability to make decisions for the entire country because they're not supposed to be able to.
Yeah,
the district court in California, the one where it's like the one that's really notorious for putting injunctions against Trump and other like Republicans. They don't have that authority. They never should have. They should never have been able to make those decisions to just stop whatever he was doing. Like, it's not their fucking decision. It's not their fucking authority. Like, why would we have courts all over the country with different districts if they had authority over the whole country? No, the only court with authority over the whole country is the fucking Supreme Court. And there's a reason for that. It's so that we don't have presidents bogged down by the judge-shopping cunts who have no respect for the fucking law. You know what I mean? It's like, that's the whole point.
Yeah.
So that's what's going on right now. And once that gets through, that's more important. That'll also help to eliminate the the citizenship horseshit, because that's never been legal, and it was always in some fucking district court that just arbitrarily was like, no, because they were born here. You know what I mean? Like, that's the whole fucking thing. So that should eliminate the whole thing if that gets through. Hopefully, we can hope for that. Because then it'll give them a perfect thing to say, like, hey, you know what? This is a district court thing. As a matter of course, it's done. You know? So hopefully. That's such a clever way of handling the whole situation, because it's like it eliminates this bullshit where, like, some random judge for fucking Carolina and Virginia gets to just decide for the whole country nonsense, you know? Yeah. And once that's done, like, ridiculous. Not only is the citizenship thing out the window, so many other fucking bullshit things are out the window, too. So it is beautiful choice, beautiful fucking option that they took, man. They're really streamlining it, because they could have gone after each one of those cases individually to get them thrown out. This is saving so much money for the people, and they're like, nobody appreciates the beauty of that. Like, oh man, the savings alone in lawyers. I mean, my God, they could hire like 20 more lawyers if they, you know, were to spend all the money they would have had to fight this originally.
Yeah. It's fucking. It's odd that the district judges are ever even tried that kind of shit, man.
Well, yeah, it's dumb.
Like, how do you not realize?
It's like it's the same thing as like why politicians can't just be like arbitrarily arrested. Like, you have to go through like the process of kicking them out of office and like having them removed from office before they can be arrested. And I think there's certain things that are exceptions, like if they commit like a murder or something, it's like different. But like, you know, some random like county fucking sheriff in like armpit fucking Alabama can't just decide to arrest the fucking president of the United States because they don't agree with their fucking politics. Which, you know, I don't know if Alabama is red or blue, because it doesn't fucking matter. You know what I mean? Like, you can't have like random people just making the law for everybody when they haven't been elected to, and they don't hold a position that has that authority. You know what I mean? Like, that's the whole reason. And it's so fucking ridiculous, because when the Supreme Court is looking at that, their whole thing, it comes down to completely down along party lines.
Yeah.
The left-wing judges in the Supreme Court are like, no, that makes perfect sense, because
it works for our
reasons. Because I want it to be the case, not because there's any law, you know, because it's totally not the way the law works, but because I like it, and I really want my friends to be able to just do whatever they want, arbitrarily making the law themselves and subverting the entire fucking system. Whereas the other
thing.
Like conservative judges are like, no, that's what the law says. That makes sense. Yeah, that's perfectly reasonable. I understand that. Yeah, no, they shouldn't have that authority.
Yeah,
they don't.
That's the thing. Yeah, the thing I find really frustrating about it. Like, they seem to consider it a virtue to deliberately and like dishonestly interpret the law in a way that the law was quite obviously not intended. You know what I mean? Like, they'll fucking be like, oh, this means this.
Oh yeah, I don't think any of those people should be in that position of authority at all. I don't think they should be judges. I think they should be stripped of their judge, their robes. It's like, if you can't respect what the law is as it's written, you have no business being a judge, lawyer, or anything like that. Like, it's just not. That's not the job for you. You're not smart enough to do the job.
Yeah, or honest enough, or fucking whatever.
Either one, yeah. You're either stupid and dishonest, or smart and dishonest. Either way, yeah, they should just be absolutely stripped of their authority. Like, that's totally. And it's not about being left wing or right wing. I don't have a problem if you're a liberal or a conservative, as long as you actually follow the law as written. You don't have to like the law. You know, like, there's lots of laws I don't like. That doesn't mean I get to just arbitrarily ignore them. You know what I mean? Like,
it's fucking bizarre, dude.
I don't like that they lowered the speed limit all across the city I live in, and like, for no reason, they just arbitrarily lowered a bunch of streets by like 5 miles per hour. Doesn't mean I just don't get tickets if I speed. You know, like, I'm still gonna have to get tickets if I speed there.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not going to get away with the civil disobedience. Like, no, I disagree with the law, so
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, I didn't
Disagree with
agree
this
to
game.
that. Well, no, it's not your choice. The whole point of the law is that, yeah, there's going to be people that don't agree with that law because they want to do things that are bad and evil,
Yeah,
and hurt other people, but they just don't get that option. That's the whole point of the law. Oh man. So fucking Creator Clash is fucking done now. Are they? I'm wondering because I didn't get a chance to watch the Nicholas Diorio segment on it. Do people get refunds now? Like, regardless, do they have to offer refunds, or is it one of those things where they're like, "Oh, we delayed it, so technically we don't have to give your money back because it's going to happen later"?
Yeah, it seems like they're doing a lot of squirrely shit. Like, apparently you can still. I don't know if it's changed.
They spent some of that fucking money already.
Oh yeah, for sure. And what do you call it? Apparently, even after it was like very obviously delayed, or everybody's saying it's delayed, they were still selling tickets.
Like, without an official date. That was the scummiest thing. I saw that they were talking about that, where they were like, "Oh, it's delayed, but you can still buy tickets, so be very careful and don't go buy tickets or something like that." And I was just like, "What a scumbag fucking piece of shit these guys are, man! Holy crap! They're still selling tickets, and they're not even gonna have a fucking event." I think they should be able to. What do you call it? I think they should be able to sue them.
Yeah, I'm like, I feel a class action lawsuit coming on.
Yeah, I feel like there should be some sort of lawsuit because a lot of these people have bought irrefundable.
Yeah, airfare, fucking hotel room, all that shit.
Exactly, airline tickets and hotel rooms and stuff. Yeah, I think they should be able to sue the founders of Creator Clash, iDubbbz and his wife. For recompense for that, because I think they should have to get paid. These guys, they bought these airfare tickets and stuff in under honest circumstances, and you guys owe them a bunch of money now because you're the ones that made it so that they can't use those. Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like they're really trying to squirrel out of that. Yeah. I don't know who's actually in charge. If it's it's allegedly not them.
It doesn't matter who's in charge now. They were in charge, and they're the reasons why it failed. They don't get to legally just walk away and be like, "Oh yeah, we're not legally responsible for any of this." No, they're still responsible. Because it's all demonstrable. Like, they can go on the internet and just like download the videos and be like, "Look, this is what these guys did. They chose to get involved in these crazy fucking nonsense arguments instead of just ignoring it and doing their thing, and they're the reason why this event had to be canceled, and they're the reason that all these people bought tickets to go do this thing in the first place. So now they have to pay for I don't know if they have to pay for like the whole ticket, but they should have to offer some form of compensation. There should be like like we pay half your fucking airfare or something like that.
Yeah, but yeah, it's I don't know if this. I feel like this should have been more pointed out or whatever. More attention should have been drawn to the fact that, like, right after they did that fucking thing, they like demanded that Lena, the girl that works for Ethan, that works for H3, they like demanded like the day after that she do her what do you call it? Promotion of the show.
Oh, they deliberately put her in a position where she had to
quit. Yeah.
To quit. Yeah, they did that intentionally.
That's so
I think she
scummy.
has a very reasonable lawsuit against them to say like, hey, where's my compensation for the training? I was operating in good faith. You intentionally put me in an impossible position between yourselves and my employer.
Yeah.
Giving me no realistic options here. You're gonna have to do that. Unfortunately, that won't work because Ethan Klein is too good of a guy.
He fucking decided to eat it.
When he told her, "I'll compensate you, it's fine. There's no problems," because he said that all publicly, to get points for himself. Like, it kind of ruins her opportunity for a lawsuit against them. And I
Yeah,
you know,
really,
I think that's awesome because I think she's gonna have a better chance of being compensated properly because of like that.
Yeah.
But
I wonder if Ethan could go after him then. Well, no, I guess not.
no, because
Yeah.
he's
No,
not.
he really should have said. He really should have phrased that differently. He really should have been like, "Look, we'll do what we can to help make you whole again, or whatever." But nothing specific. You know what I mean?
They should have
So,
discussed
yeah,
it beforehand, and he shouldn't have said anything about it.
yeah,
From
or
a
said it was
legal
like
standpoint.
an interest loan.
From a legal
Yeah, or said it
standpoint,
was,
I should say. From like a moral standpoint, I think Ethan did everything correct, and honestly, I think she's better off
absolutely
with Ethan just giving her like the money because I think there's a much better chance that she gets paid at all. I'm pretty sure the lawsuit, like they can go after him, but then like court fees, and then not only court fees, but like you know you can drag your feet on payment for a long fucking time.
Yeah, dude, they could probably drag that out easily, like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah,
right?
and it might take her a long time to get it. It might end up costing her more money than she's ever had a chance to make if they don't, you know.
I feel like it would almost certainly take more.
She'd end up losing more money in the process of getting that money than probably would ever like make her whole. It's just so it would be waste. But yeah, it would have been funnier for us if she sued them because, you know,
back.
Somewhat,
you know what I mean?
Somewhat, but it's also time, and you know, there's so many other things that are involved. It's just like it's not worth it usually.
Yeah, it's not worth it. Yeah,
unless
if it was
it's
like
a large sum of money, like if you're dealing with like, you know, $50,000, it's worth it. But like,
but 10 or 12,000 or whatever it is,
it's probably not worth it. And that's one of the reasons why. It was so lucrative and so common for cops to go steal people's money when they're leaving Las Vegas.
Oh, right.
And they're like, oh, you got an awful lot of cash. Where does this cash come from? Well, I was gambling. Well, you can't prove that. It's ours now. Bye-bye. You're not allowed to carry this much money. And then it's like, well, yeah, suing them to get your money back is just not worth the money because by the time you're done with the lawsuit, you've lost more money than you would have gotten back, you know?
What is it? Civil asset forfeiture or something?
Yeah. Right? Civil asset forfeiture. It's essentially where the cops get to say, like, you're allowed to carry
more money than I think you should.
$4,999, but if you're carrying around $5,000, well, that's for drugs, and we get to just take your money and you're a criminal. We don't have to take you to court, prove it, or anything like that. You have to prove in court that you're not doing something illegal. You're under the insane proposition of having to prove something didn't happen.
Yeah,
which is absurd. It's like the exact opposite of our fucking like, court systems rules. But yeah, it's getting slowly eliminated though.
Right.
Little bit at a time. Well, it's different. Like what do you call it? Different states are slowly eliminating it over time. So like it's being challenged more and more by like various different states. So that's kind of nice.
Yeah. And again, is it is there like an actual that it has to be above? Because I thought it was kind of like just it's up to the fucking cop to decide. Like if you have like $800,
amount. It's a specific amount.
Yeah, everywhere.
Let me see what the amount is. I think it's like over $5,000, or it might be over like less than that.
Alright, yeah. Is that federal or is that state by state? That's why I'm bringing it up. I'm wondering if that's an actual federal thing or if that's a state by state. Like there's different limits in different states or something. Yeah, because I remember it was a long ass time. David Justice, who's a baseball player.
Any amount over $10,000 is asset forfeiture worthy.
Yeah, that's federal then.
Oh no, this is for $10,000 you can carry around. So that's when you're going in and out of the country. Anything over $10,000 leaving or coming into the country, it's illegal, and they can just take it.
Right. Yeah, because that definitely happens, right? Mules that'll fucking tape a shitload of money to their fucking selves or whatever and go on a plane from one country to the other.
How much money can you carry before it can be seized by police.
About just civil asset forfeiture
It's $10,000
minimum
for that as well. Yeah, it's like $10,000 for that as well. It looks like.
I could have sworn they're taken.
It might be less. I think it's like 5,000, but I'm not. I can't sit and fucking read a whole law like right now. So.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me look it up. I'm gonna try a little simpler. I'm just gonna type in civil asset forfeiture minimum. Let's see if that.
Oh, there we go. That makes sense. Better option there for the search.
All right. Let's see.
Yeah, I just kept getting like the same thing, $10,000, like from the fucking AI shit.
Let's see. In general, there isn't a specific minimum value, but rather requirements vary depending on the property. For cash, the minimum is usually $5,000. The owner is facing criminal charges, in which case it's $1,000.
Okay, so if you have no criminal charges, you can carry up to $5,000. If you're facing any sort of criminal charges at any point, anything over $1,000, they can just take.
$1,000. Yeah, looks like it. Yeah,
which is insane.
Although that's
because,
AI
like,
too.
Say you want to go buy a car, you might be carrying $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, $10,000 in cash. Like, you could easily be carrying that to go buy like a fucking vehicle. You know what I mean? Like a used car. Like I bought cars that were like $5,000 with like cash.
Yeah.
And it's like all the only reason I was able to buy that car and didn't end up losing that car to losing like all my money to the police is because I didn't get pulled over and like searched.
Yeah. Right.
Like that's totally crazy, man. Can you fucking imagine? Like one of the ones I read that was particularly onerous, like a really disgusting one, was this guy he dealt in rare flowers, specifically like various different kinds of orchids.
Oh,
I don't know if you know anything about orchids, but they can get up into like thousands of dollars easily.
Yeah. I remember there's one that's only on like an Indian reservation. Like it almost grows almost exclusively on an Indian reservation.
There's so many different orchids that only grow in like one field in one small fucking crazy area. So many.
I remember one that was like where there was like a white guy that would go, but he'd have two guys that lived on the reservation with him that are actually doing like the harvesting or whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, obviously that's just one instance, but yeah, I don't understand it. I don't understand why any flower.
Yeah, but anyway, the guy was a dealer in rare flowers, and when they did the normal checks on his baggage and stuff, they found a bunch of cash and just took it.
Yeah, Jesus.
So it was like they just the guy just got fucked for all his money. Like he was carrying a bunch of money because he was just gonna go buy flowers at a show. He was like going to like a fucking essentially like an orchid convention to pick up a bunch of different
it's similar to like the
like insane.
Yeah, like any kind of convention where shit's being sold is gonna maybe not so much recently, but yeah, for the longest time, like you have to have fucking cash, dude, and you want to have enough for anything you might possibly want to do. Yeah, it's pretty fucked up.
Oh yeah, it was absolutely reasonable for him to be doing what he was doing. Yeah, like what he was doing was perfectly like rational and insane. It was there was no reason for them to take his money. It was just like insane.
Yeah, just found a cop that was like, "Ooh, I know if we get to keep this, like, I get a good chunk of it or something."
Yep.
I don't know if that's how it works, but
that's how the cop
like, do they get a fucking finder's fee?
It's one of those things.
I'm wondering if,
there is. Yeah. So all that money that gets seized in property and stuff, like that all goes to that police station. Like they give it out in like bonuses. They use it for parties. They use it for all sorts of shit. The money and everything. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. That's why they seize property.
The cop that actually did it. Like I get does the cop get any individually?
Cut. No. Like it doesn't go to him directly. It goes to him indirectly.
Right. Gotcha. Okay, that's fine.
Like I said, it goes. They have parties. They They get bonuses.
Yeah, they do whatever they want with
they
it.
get to use those vehicles for their own use. So like,
I wonder if they ever do any kind of entrapment shit.
Say like
We're
there's a fucking
hey.
Ferrari that gets seized, right? Like for whatever reason, I'm not, you know, like whatever the reason is, they seize a Ferrari, right?
Probably drugs, but go ahead.
Anyway, they seize a Ferrari.
Right.
They get to just use that car. So like the cops can go fucking hot rodding around in this Ferrari and driving it and doing all this shit. The department will maintain it, and it basically just becomes like a ride they get to go out and fuck with. So like,
wow,
they get all the benefits of owning it and none of the fucking like expenses, and it's all for free. Yeah. Oh yeah, cops are not much removed from criminals in a lot of the situations that they're in.
Yeah.
And that was also, so there was one of the things like where they where the state basically stopped the tried to stop their cops from fucking seizing stuff in what do you call it, the weed places, the dispensaries and stuff, when it became medically and recreationally legal in a bunch of states. So what they did was they would go and get like a DEA guy or you know, some other like federal cop to come in, and that guy would seize it all, and then they would give like 50% back in just cash money to the
police station or whatever.
Yeah, that group of police that brought them in on it to do it.
Yeah,
so
that was fucking wild. I remember that happened.
I think they put a stop to that one in court. I think they were like, yeah, you don't get to do that anymore.
Yeah.
And and that was finished. But yeah, it's pretty fucking scummy, man.
Yeah, that was a scary time, dude, when they're like, what? You're federal are going into like California and raiding dispensaries?
Well, and like, these guys are doing everything fine. They're not violating any laws. The federal government does not have the authority legally to be restricting drugs at all.
Yeah.
Like, that's not actually law. Like, that's totally outside of their authority according to the laws as they are written. It's just one of those things where they've just assumed the authority and no one has complained or done anything about it. And unfortunately, even the conservatives would probably keep that law on the books, despite the fact that it's not actually a legal, like, set of restrictions and laws. Like, it doesn't matter if it's outside their authority, they'll just take it anyway. So it's really weird.
Yeah, especially at this point, like, especially for, like, marijuana. It's got to be more than half the population.
Well, and especially when you consider how fucking harmless most of these substances are. You know what I mean? Like, like, I'm sorry.
No, it's always been it's always been ridiculous that alcohol is. That's always been ridiculous to me. Like, what the fuck, dude? Which one of these is more dangerous, dude? Which one causes more problems?
Yeah, that is a weird one. I don't understand a lot of the, like, reasoning behind any of these because, like, I can see going after the dealers and the manufacturers.
Right.
But, like, just the average people that are hooked on it and buying it, I don't think you should go after those people. I don't think it's reasonable.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, man.
Yeah, I don't think there's any reason to harass those people at all. I think that they should not be going to jail at all. I think you should encourage them to seek help, for sure. Like, addiction's horrible. But I don't think it should be a reason that they can't be hired unless, like, you know, the addiction is so bad that it's apparent in their everyday life, and the fact that they just can't be on time or, you know, show up to work or whatever, like, you know. But I don't think that they should be able to drug test you for jobs either, man. I think that's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. Yeah, I don't think a lot of the major companies bother with that. I didn't have to take one when I worked.
Well, I think a lot of companies realized as weed was becoming legal in so many places, they're like, why do we fucking care?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think they just got to the point where they're like, I don't think
how
it
much
fucking
money
matters.
are we wasting?
You know, like, it's a waste of money.
Yeah, how much money are we wasting on these tests?
I remember the assembly place I worked at when I worked there. there were plenty of people who were fucking doing meth every day.
Right.
And they were reaping the fucking rewards from those people doing meth and working for 12 hours, man.
Right. Because that's the one where you worked overnight. Is that the one?
I worked day shift there. I worked overnights there. I worked all sorts of fucking hours there, man.
Gotcha. Yeah. I would imagine the overnights especially.
The graveyard shift there was one of the best jobs I've ever had. Because there was no management running around bothering us, we could actually get so much work done. Like, just ridiculous amount of work. And it really made a difference in how much work we would get done on a daily basis. Because we could get the same amount of work done that you would do during the day in, like, you know, a fucking 8-hour shift. Right? We would get that amount of work done in about an hour. In about a fucking hour. Yeah, it was like, oh, yeah, this is complete nonsense during the day. It's so dumb. We would get so much work done, and then we would just hang out and bullshit the rest of the night.
Right.
Because we were very aware of how much we were getting done, and there was only so much work to do, so we didn't want to fuck it up.
Yeah, you gotta pace yourself.
Play bocce and fucking, like, roll around these wooden balls on the carpet. We could roll in, and this is before, like, DVD was super, like, widespread. We could roll in and watch cassette, like, videotapes on the fucking, in a conference room. There was so many things you could do just for fun. Like, it was so ridiculous. And we did all of them because, you know, we're all a bunch of lazy fucking gits. Well, actually, no, because we were getting plenty of work done. But it was just like, you know, why not go watch a fucking movie? You know, why not play some bocce? Why not enjoy a nice conversation about this, that, or the other thing for a while, you know?
Yeah, without any managers around to fuck up the productive flow.
Yeah, well, it was not just the managers, but just like everybody as well. Like the managers were like a big thing, not having the managers to bother us, but also just like not having everybody else wanting to come up and talk and ask questions and get you to do this, that, and the other bullshit tasks that didn't need to be done.
That's pretty nuts.
It was definitely a lot of fun.
Yeah,
that was the best job because and the people I worked with were so much fun too. Like even the guy that would tell us all his fucking extremely explicit stories about self-harm, like he'd like collect blood in buckets and shit.
Jesus.
Yeah, he was fucked in the head. Like I think he was like a homosexual dude. Like he was gay. And I think his parents had a real fucking issue with it. Because they still don't... he was like, you know, in his like 30s. And they were like, he's going to find a girl. Don't worry. And he had like naked Greek statues all over his house of men. And they were still like... Oh, you know, he'll come around eventually. Like, what are you worried? You know, we don't want to worry about it. He's fine. He'll come around.
Yeah, that'll fuck you up, dude. God
and
damn.
So, yeah, he was one of those like tail end of the people. But that was, you know, that was in the fucking early thousands, and that was the tail end like of the 70s and stuff when his fucking parents were doing that to him. A lot of sympathy from me for that, man. I felt a lot of sympathy for that guy.
Yeah.
That was just a fun situation, man. That was just not a fun place to be.
Yeah, like nowadays that's fucking, you know what I mean? It's almost a benefit.
Yeah.
Yeah, well for trans people certainly.
Yeah, dude, if I had a kid now, I would want that kid to be gay. I wouldn't want to have to worry about like him getting some sort of false charges or any of that kind of shit, man, because like just there's just too many awful things that happen to guys at this point just being interested in girls, man.
Yeah, well remember it happened to my fucking son. Bitch you work with fucking accused him of some bullshit.
Oh yeah, well I got it from that place I worked. You know, it's like it happens to a lot of people. I think a lot of people discount how commonly women file false charges or make false allegations.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
that
it's
is
so
the thing that
disgusting.
happens a lot. A lot. It's not always, going through the police. Sometimes it's just going through work or school or whatever, but it happens a lot.
Yeah, it's pretty disgusting, man. Gary books.
Yeah, it is disturbing how often that shit happens.
Come on.
But I think society is it feels like there's a shift that's been happening over time.
Yeah.
Like it's not a massive shift or anything, but like it feels like more and more people are like just
it's trending in the right direction.
Fucking done. Like they're just fucking done with the bullshit. They're like this DEI nonsense, this fucking women are always fucking saints bullshit, like oh well a woman said it has to be true, like that shit is drying up pretty fucking fast.
Women have done a good job of dispelling all that shitty behavior.
Women are good at ruining things. It's kind of what they do.
Right. What? Everything's fine?
That's fucking terrible. Yeah, no, dude, it's fucking it's reality, man. Women just fucking ruin shit. Especially when people are having a good time doing like good stuff. It's like you were being a productive member of society. No. Right. That's not how that works. You don't get to be productive member of society.
What?
We gotta fucking destroy all that. We gotta fucking.
We must have chaos. Mm-hmm. There must be chaos.
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous.
Everywhere. Yeah.
But yeah, I think there's a big shift about that. That's really getting out of the way. Like, I think one of the things that really sealed that for me was the whole Minecraft movie theater thing, where now they're just shouting the N-word. Like,
oh Jesus, yeah.
You didn't know that? Like that was part of that, where people were upset about that, and like even the press just gave up after like saying it a couple times. Like, oh yeah, they were shouting the N-word, and everybody's just like, yeah, whatever, who cares? It's just fucking word.
Dude, did you see the
shit anymore?
You remember the chick that like had called that guy called the guy a nigger, kid a nigger or whatever?
Oh yeah.
In the GoFundMe, dude. In the GoFundMe, it may not have been that one. I might be mixing something up. But anyway, some kind of GoFundMe. There were 6 people that donated $2,000 each to build an N-word tower. I was like, that's fucking hilarious, dude.
Oh, no, dude, that's insane.
Man. Yeah. So, yeah, literally, obviously, one person donates the $2,000 for the N, next one does $2,000 for the I, and so on. I'm like, what? No, that's fucking $12,000. $12,000 over 6 people to build an N-word tower, dude. Like, what the fuck?
Dude, that's hilarious.
I haven't heard anything else about that. Like, what the fuck the actual situation was, because it seemed very odd.
Yeah,
that she was so willing to call him that. And I'm like, what the fuck happened, dude? Like, is she actually just that racist, or did she just get that pissed off at something and was like, fuck you, N-word? You know what I mean? I don't know.
If I remember correctly, she was like, everybody says it all the time, so why can't I?
Mm-hmm. Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Like she was just like, hey, everybody says this all the time. Why can't I say this?
Mm-hmm.
They don't respect when they say it to each other. I'll say it too then, because why shouldn't I? And I was like, you're making a lot of sense, lady, and you should really fucking stop before you get yourself in trouble.
Right.
Because like nobody's gonna appreciate that you're making sense.
Right. Yeah. Not expressing it in the best way.
Yeah, no, people
yeah,
are going to be very
it's just a
unhappy
word. Why?
with you. It's not going to work out, unfortunately.
Why? That word has been given so much power.
I don't understand why anybody cares. Like, to me, it's like, I don't fucking get it.
Mm.
You know,
Yeah, why are you going to let a person and a word, like probably somebody you don't even fucking know, and one word, fuck you up that
Yeah.
badly?
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Mhm.
what possible reason do you have to care? Like, I get, every once in a while when we're doing like karaoke in the VR chat worlds and stuff, there'll be people that come in and be
Right.
like, they just immediately come in and just start yelling harassment and abuse at whoever's singing, like, "Oh, you sound like a fucking dying donkey. You're fucking shitty." Blah 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 blah. And it's like, I mean, number one, I'm not there to sing and be
Yeah.
like the best singer. It's not a fucking contest or a performance. I'm just there having fun,
Right.
jamming out to
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
songs that I like with my friends. Like, that's all it is. But number two, like, why the fuck would I give a shit? Like, I don't care. Say whatever the fuck you want. You hate me.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah. If I'm
hate
tired of it,
everything
I'll
about
fucking.
me. I don't fucking know you. I don't care if you hate me.
Right.
Like, it just doesn't
It's like
matter.
a lot of fucking.
Like,
Seems like a pretty miserable existence to be that angry about anything.
dude, there was this one kid, I fucking destroyed his fucking world one night. Because I was just like, dude, because the way he was going at it was just so incredibly vitriolic. And it just struck me for a moment. I just stopped him, like, look, man, I don't know why you're angry and bitter, but I can tell you this right now. If you keep going like this in your life going forward, you are going to have one incredibly difficult time making and
Yeah,
keeping
you're gonna be
friends.
miserable.
It's going to be absolutely
miserable
miserable.
existence.
And I know that it could be really scary going and putting yourself out and asking somebody to be your friend or trying to reach out and connect to somebody in that way. But turning around and being incredibly vicious and mean and rejecting them before they even have a chance to have an opportunity to get to know you is absolutely gonna hurt you so much in the long run. And I really hope you figure out what's going on and that you figure out how to like make friends without having to be like pushing everyone away. And you give the people an opportunity. So I'm sure that if you weren't acting like this, you're a pretty cool guy, and I'm sure people would want to hang out with you. Somebody out there wants to be your friend. And I'm not interested. We've gone past that point right now. I don't want to fucking hang out with you anymore. But I really genuinely hope you fix that shit in your life. And that kid was just like, stopped. He was just quiet for like a good little bit. Then he was like, all right, thanks, man. I'm gonna go. He fucking left. Like, I don't know if it had any benefit or not for this kid. I really genuinely hope it did. Because he sounded like he was like 14, and I'm like, I don't know if this kid don't got a daddy or he doesn't have a mommy or his parents are fucking shitty. You know, maybe they're fucking abusive or whatever, and he just doesn't know any better. Like, his dad's this way, right? Or his mom's that way or whatever. And I'm like, I really hope that he genuinely took a look at his behavior and changed it and made a friend. Because I genuinely,
at least
like, I don't give a shit what he said to me. Like, I'm not bothered by it.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what he said specifically. I'm sure it was some sort of dumb shit, but.
Yeah, it sounds like at least temporarily, stayed long. At least for a minute there, he probably considered shit. So that's good.
You know what? If it takes like 10 fucking years for him to get there, and he does, then I hope he does. Because it just seems like a miserable existence for anybody.
Yeah. No, man, I was definitely, in my younger, did not realize it. I think mainly because coded anger with actual physical violence.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm like, I'm not angry. I don't get in fights or anything. And
yeah. But you realize like later, I am really angry.
Yeah.
I'm just,
Yeah. There's a difference between anger and violence. Like, you can be really angry without actually like beating the shit out of people or whatever.
Yeah, no, that's very true. That's a good point.
Yeah, that was for me. So that took me.
I had an epiphany when my buddy got in my car and he was like, "All aboard the rage coaster." You know, and it was like, oh, you mean I'm a fucking asshole? I'm driving like an asshole. Oh shit!
Dude, yeah.
Wow,
Fuck, I had a
that's.
friend of mine.
I'm glad I learned this because I'm a fucking asshole. Like,
Dude, I had a friend of mine. We were like, I think, what's that? Yeah, late 30s. That was still like super angry when he was driving. Like, fuck, I was fucking kept. I'm like, dude, fucking relax, man. Like, yeah, no, people are gonna do stupid shit in traffic. So are you, on occasion.
exactly. Yeah.
Like, getting angry about it is fucking bizarre.
It's not helping anybody. You're fucking yourself over here. Like all you're doing is making yourself miserable along with everyone that has to deal with you.
Right. Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, I felt bad for that kid, but yeah, I really do genuinely hope he got some sort of help though, because holy shit, man, that just was.
Yeah, that's weird, man.
There's so many of these kids that do that too, and it's just so sad because it's like, you know they're not making friends. They're probably running around.
Yeah, they're pushing people
away.
Although
there's I'm sure there's some of them where it's just like a couple of guys that just think it's funny because they see that shit on the internet where people are harassing people and everything.
Indeed. God damn it.
Oh man.
Finally got the hockey game. I finally got this hockey game to like level challenge.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. And not too hard. So it took a while. I have to give the computer like 5 points, like a handicap for me.
Yeah.
Because you can change so much shit on this. There's like fucking a crazy amount of different stuff you can change, like how accurate the shots are, how hard the shots are, how fast, all that shit.
Yeah.
So I basically have to give the computer like 5 points. So like if I'm at 70, I give them 75, that kind of shit. So it's just enough where like it's possible I could lose. Like that's kind of where I like it. Where I'm gonna lose at least occasionally. And then there's games where I just beat the shit out of a team, but for the most part, a lot more challenging, a lot more fun. Because where I had it, when it was like even, I was beating teams like 18-0, which is fucking, you know what I mean? Never happens in real life in hockey.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. But anyway, sorry. I didn't mean to derail everything.
No.
That's what I'm doing at the moment.
No, we were having an incredibly important conversation that I don't remember exactly what we were talking about.
We were about to save the world with our stuff.
I'm pretty sure you didn't watch it because I just posted it this morning on the Discord. But I was thrilled to see that story with from Moist Critical about the Minecraft YouTuber who was like getting arrested for being like just fucking
just regular bullshit.
Way too drunk and way too high. I was like, he's not fucking kids. Yes, finally a Minecraft YouTuber that's in trouble for not having sex with kids. It was just like, oh, that's wonderful, man. That's so nice.
Yeah.
Because there's so many where it's like, you end up with like,
it's either like
fucking go to prison or something because they're fucking little kids or whatever somehow. It's like, oh
yeah, or they're being accused of like a SA or something. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, oh, it's finally not that this time. I'm so happy.
Nice change of pace. Just a normal.
Just a normal ass
what do you,
drunk
damn it,
piece of
damn
shit.
it.
You know. All right, I can handle that.
Trying to think of the word. Fucking a wholesome degenerate. There we go. That's what I was looking for. A nice wholesome degenerate.
Yes, that is exactly right. Like a nice wholesome degenerate.
Yeah, not really. I mean, I guess it's illegal. Whatever.
Oh yeah, yeah,
No
whatever.
children
Who
being
fucking
harmed.
cares? I mean, the guy was just smashed. And it's shitty. He's gonna probably get like time because he was carrying fucking like weed with him too, and it's in Florida, and weed's still not legal there. So that's
isn't it?
unfortunate. Yeah, no, it's still not totally legal in Florida. It's unfortunate. Yeah.
Yeah. That's good though.
Yeah. But he wasn't
did you
banging
see
little
the?
kids, so I'm happy.
Yeah, I hear you. Good stories. Like I said, good wholesome degenerates.
Yeah.
Traditionally,
And I have very
degenerate,
little sympathy for
traditional
this guy because
yeah, he's a scumbag, but
he's making all
probably
this fucking money, and he decided to just blow all his money on fucking drugs and alcohol, and he didn't bother to fucking do anything else with his life. Like, all right, man, sorry, sucks to be you, but kind of all you on this one, buddy. Nobody made you do it.
Indeed. Yeah. I don't know if you had caught it, but the just exactly how ridiculous the suspension for Hassan Piker was.
Oh yeah, where they gave him a suspension on his fucking day off. Yeah, fuck that shit.
Yeah, I was like, wow, because I've heard people mention it, but nobody seems to be making a big deal about that. Like, no, you know what I mean? Like it's so ridiculous.
Yeah, they essentially gave him no
the...
punishment. Again, this is really what happened. They were like, yeah, he can just keep doing whatever he wants. It's cool, like whatever.
Yeah, you really fucked up this time, Hassan. You're gonna have
no punishment again. Your day off, you're not allowed to work.
Dude. I cannot remember the exact phrasing, but something about him being right, like the guy that shot people dead, being right in their actions. Like it was something in their actions. It wasn't the word right, but like I was like, how is that not? That's another one. Like, how is that not being made a big? He's basically saying like did was fine. Like everything he'd been doing is fine. Because he was like an actual Hassan fan, I think. I never really double checked on that, but I'm pretty sure they said he was actually subscribed and like followed Hassan. The guy that shot people outside the embassy?
Well, here's the thing. Hassan has called for violence on multiple occasions, has an audience. That's felony.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, if you have an audience and you're calling for violence and you're asking people to commit crimes, that's a fucking felony.
Yeah, it's probably going to happen eventually. Yeah.
Yeah, it's an actual felony because you're instigating a group to commit a crime.
Yeah.
Like, it's not legal, and I don't understand why nobody has gone after Hassan Piker for this before, because it's not an issue of freedom of speech. You don't have the right to plan out and have crimes committed in your name. Like, that's not a legal, like, fucking expression.
Yeah, that's ridiculous, man. Fucking A. Yeah. And then, are you familiar with Taylor Lorenz, the alleged journalist bitch? I wasn't all that
no, I didn't
with
get a
her
chance
before.
to watch that video, the one where you had like a whole thing about her.
Yeah, that was like 3 years ago.
Because she's like I've heard the name a bunch. And not
I wasn't all
that
familiar with
light.
Yeah. That one is. Well, dude, she's similar to like Hassan's orbiters, like Frogan and shit, where they'll fucking say some wild, fucked up shit,
and then cry about the backlash they get for saying the fucked up shit they say.
Oh yeah, of course, of course. It's not my fault. I said this horrible shit that I shouldn't have said, and I got in trouble for it.
Yeah, and then she's a huge Hassan fan. Kind of makes sense because apparently I was watching the video. She grew up very, very fucking
wealthy,
privileged. Yeah, very privileged, just like Hassan. So I guess.
Oh yeah, that whole group of people, you can tell that they're rich, like they're rich kids.
Yeah,
it's like,
that they grew up.
I liked watching the MXR plays, and they're wholesome. They're not like bad people or anything, but
right.
They were very obviously both had grown up very wealthy. Like you can hear, like this the kind of stuff they would talk about. You're like, oh yeah, you had money, you had a silver spoon in your fucking mouth.
Yeah, you've always been wealthy.
And then like parents, they got lucky, and he got the couple. He got lucky and scored big on YouTube before it was like real hard to get in. Like he made a big name for himself when it was like, yeah, you're famous on YouTube because you could afford to have a camera and you had a computer to do video editing and no one else did at the time. And so you got in early when there wasn't that many people on the platform comparatively and all this other shit. And I like watching their stuff, and I think they're all right people and everything, but you can definitely like, oh yeah, why don't you just go get a job? And it's like, all these people complain about paying rent. It's not that fucking hard to, get a place or whatever. And you're like, like, if somebody works minimum wage, like, for instance, in the state of California, I looked this up. In order to pay the average rent in the state of California, if you work minimum wage, you have to work 130 hours, more or less.
130 hours a week.
Yeah, so I don't know who the fuck thinks that's a reasonable amount, because you're literally working and sleeping and doing nothing else at that point. Like, you're not even like taking a shit in the toilet. You're literally like either at work or asleep.
Yeah, I'd assume the type of person that is someone that's never had to pay their own rent.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like somebody who got big on YouTube before he moved out of his parents' house, and then his girlfriend who hooked up with a famous YouTuber who was making more than enough to live off of before she got out of her parents' house. Yeah, you guys fucking, I don't think you guys know what the fuck you're talking about there.
Yeah, it's another group of people that I'm not, that haven't lived a real life.
Oh, well, they're starting to fucking feel the pinch now because they got kicked off of YouTube because they kept fucking making like really questionable content, like with like sexy pictures and like innuendos and the fucking taglines and shit, the clickbaity tagline stuff.
Right.
And it's like, you guys knew what the rules were. Like, you've been told multiple times to stop doing that. You kept doing it, and then your channel got banned off of YouTube altogether, so now all you have is your Patreon and her Twitch channel. Her Twitch channel's okay. It's not huge, but it's not tiny. But I noticed that in their stuff now that's on Patreon, they no longer live in a house. Now they're in an apartment. Because Patreon doesn't work if it's only on Patreon. You have to have a constant advertisement for your Patreon or OnlyFans or whatever, like whatever thing you're doing to get extra money.
Yeah.
You have to have some form of advertisement to keep new people coming in, because let's be real here, there's always going to be somebody new on those platforms, and your content's going to get boring for people, and they're going to want to go see the new person.
Yeah, it's very rare that anybody has kind of real longevity. That's interesting enough shit.
Oh, even that what's that fucking cunt Belle Delphine, right? Like her stuff is eventually going to get tired, and no one's going to fucking want to pay for her anymore. Like it doesn't matter who you are. There's always going to be like new people coming out and doing crazier shit and making more money, and your market's going to go pretty fast. I'm sure when Belle hits like 30, she'll be like the exception that can still make enough to live off of Patreon. But if she's smart, she's saving her fucking money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, as long as she can make herself look like an underage girl, she's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, as soon as that runs out,
gross. But you know, like,
yeah, I'm sorry. I just think every one of her fans should be on a fucking registry.
Oh, you think she's the worst? You're out of your fucking mind. Like, there's so many worse people out there. Like, not that makes her okay, but I'm just like,
right.
When you're talking about people that belong on a registry, that's small potatoes comparatively. There's so many more like people that like play into it, like act like little kids, intentionally and stuff. And some of the fucking art. Those websites are fucked. Right? They really need to. They need an overhaul of what is and isn't allowed on those kind of websites.
Right. Pretty gross either way.
Yeah, Belle Delphine is just like the fucking what do you call it? Like the worst of the worst. Like I think she got kicked off of one of them because she did a video of like her getting kidnapped, taken out into the woods in a van, and then raped. Like as a porn.
Wow. Jesus, dude.
I didn't see the video, but from what I understand from other people who described it, it was pretty graphic, pretty fucking violent.
Yeah. Wow.
Like a lot of real hard slapping across the face. Maybe there was some blood on her face when like they slapped her too hard and like made her nose bleed or something. I don't know. But like,
wow.
Which could have been real and also could have been like fucking, you know, makeup or something. I don't fucking know. I don't care. But you know, like that got her kicked off of one of those platforms for a while. But the MXR people, whatever, they're living in an apartment now, and suddenly, like, their content went from like telling dirty joke kind of stuff to suddenly the guy's girlfriend is now dressing a lot more sexy and acting a lot more sexy in all the videos.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the Patreon ones, you mean?
Because they would do things that were like funny and like jokes that are dirty jokes. Like they would position, they bought a couple of sex dolls and did like contests where they would pose the sex dolls with each other on like based off of like, what's that fucking book that the fucking Indian people have with all the sex positions, the weird ones?
Kama Sutra?
Kama Sutra, yeah. They would throw darts at the Kama Sutra and then pose the sex dolls in those things or whatever. And then they would like, you know, whoever lost had, you know, like whoever got it first got more points, and if they didn't, they had to eat like a pepper or something, you know, dumb shit like that. But for the most part, the guy and his girlfriend, and then anybody else they had in there was staying pretty wholesome. Like they were sexualizing objects or other people, but never themselves. See what I'm saying? Like, so she was never like, his girlfriend was never like. Now they did a video. Just the last video is her dressed in sexy outfits trying to distract him from gaming. So suddenly they just went to it's a complete shift in paradigm, and I'm like, oh, you guys are running out of money. You're living in an apartment. You no longer have that house you were in. And now you're fucking looking at like, shit, I don't want to work a regular job. That shit sucks. You know,
I don't make minimum wage. Like,
suddenly you're on the other fucking foot now, motherfucker. So
right.
I find it hilarious. I think that's very well deserved.
Yeah,
because they shit on so many other people, like with their attitude towards like people that like needed work or something was real shitty, and I'm like, you guys are fucked now.
Alright. Good for them. Have humility thrust upon.
Oh, I'm curious to see how far down this rabbit hole they go, because they're clearly not making enough from her Twitch channel, and it's not enough advertisement to keep the Patreon going, it's very clear that like he wears the pants in that relationship. Because I think she probably would have been one of those people that was probably doing OnlyFans pretty quick, not like to be mean, but just because she just probably doesn't care and, you know, would rather do that than work like, you know, a full-time job, because who wouldn't? Like, I'm gonna be real honest, man. If I could take pictures of my dick and sell them on the internet,
fucking A, dude,
and not have to work a real job, yeah, I fucking would. Like, absolutely, man.
That sounds fantastic.
The reality is, people would probably pay me not to, more than they would pay me to at this point. But, you know, like, if I could fucking make money doing that, I would. And I don't give a shit who's jerking it to it. Some dude, some fucking girl, or whatever, dude. I mean, the vast majority in that case would definitely be guys. I'm pretty sure that, like, that's just what you're dealing with on those platforms. I doubt you have a lot of women paying for the men to do porn. Cause it's just
dude, I forgot which little fucking subgroup. Apparently that was like a fan that would literally pay them like a shitload of money just to watch him take a shower. Like he'd pay these people like couple thousand bucks or something just to watch him take a shower. I was like, that is fucking insane, dude.
Oh,
and fucking.
There's some weird fetishes out there. You know, like stepping on fruit and high heels, inflation,
or just
feeding,
or doing it barefoot, stepping on fruit barefoot.
Yeah, all the foot stuff. Yeah, I would just lump all the foot stuff in one thing. It's fucking weird. Like to the point where even like YouTubers that just don't have any kind of sexual content at all, where it's not like, I don't know if you've ever heard of Tyler Tube.
No.
He just does like, you know, Amazon products and various different kinds of products where he just what do you call it? Test them out and see how they work and like we're gonna do a stress test and see how long this lawnmower lasts, like under what circumstances will it fail, kind of thing. Yeah, he just does like that kind of stuff. It's all the whole thing is that he's fucking an idiot and incompetent. Like he plays a character like he actually, it's like a character because like nobody's that dumb and able to edit videos that well and be that successful on YouTube. Like it's definitely a character. Kind of like what's the guy? He was the fucking redneck comedians. Those all the ones that were with Jeff Foxworthy. Larry the Cable Guy, that guy. That was like fucking like it's like that where he just is really good at doing this character.
Right.
And it works really well, and he's fucking just capitalizing as much as possible on it. Which
good for him.
Yeah, that's 100% agree. Yeah. Which I think is, and I love his stuff. It's fucking hilarious. You know, it's like, yeah, your shit's fucking funny as hell. Keep doing it. But I'm curious to see. I'm curious to see where this new trend on Patreon goes with this couple, because like I got a kick out of their videos, and I was willing to spend like $5, you know, $5 a month to watch like keep watching the stuff as they put it out on Patreon. But now I'm really interested to see, because like I mean there's porn all over the internet, but watching like a couple who were always like high and mighty and like, you know, oh yeah, all these fucking lazy people that don't want to, you know, do enough work to get by or whatever. Like watching them descend into fucking degeneracy in porn, that's gonna be fucking entertaining. I want to watch that.
Yeah, they get a job, people. Yeah, they get a job, people having to kind of demean themselves are kind of funny.
Oh yeah,
that's pretty funny.
I'm waiting. That's gonna be fun. I'm gonna enjoy that process. Like, it's like, I'm just evil, I guess.
Yeah, no, I'm hoping for the same. It's like, they have to get, or if they even, you guys are, you fucking deserve it.
Yeah, oh yeah, no sympathy, none whatsoever. It's like, you guys have shit on people who were like fucking struggling in the past because you thought you were fucking better than them, holier than thou, and now you're in a position where you're like, oh, I gotta get a real job. You're willing to fucking get your girlfriend's titties out. All right.
Right. Dude, so apparently, I posted it, but it's pretty much confirmed. that Anissa's the only pussy.
Oh yeah, the whole iDubbbz thing. Yeah, if he wasn't such a piece of shit, I wouldn't care. You know what I mean?
Well,
like,
here's the thing that's
crazy
crazy
old as
about
time.
that.
There's plenty of guys who just like never got laid until they got like a girlfriend, and then they just kept her. Like that happens all the time. But like, he's such a piece of shit, and he's shitting on other people for that kind of stuff, on all that stuff. It's like, oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
No,
it's
fucked
their
up now,
go-to,
buddy.
it's their go-to insult is to call people fucking loser insults.
Exactly.
And I'm like, dude, you're only 1 point away. You're only 1 point above those people. You've only got one more point than them. Like, how are you calling anybody?
Yeah. How do you justify calling somebody else something when you are that? Like, that is you.
Yeah. If you weren't famous and Anissa wasn't the fuck she is, you know what I mean? You might still be a fucking
same look as Kesha.
Yeah.
Like if you look at Ian and you look at Kesha, right? And tell me if I'm wrong here, but I don't think I am. They look like they would be sticky if you touched them.
Right.
Like Ian has that same look, Kesha has that look where like if you were to put your hand on her shoulder and be like, Mitz, if you could excuse me, I need to get by here. Your hand would be like when you put your like shoe on a floor where there was juice and somebody didn't use soap to clean it, and it just it'd be like the same thing with their skin. Like it just look like they would be sticky.
Yeah, or to quote, I think Greg Giraldo in one of the roasts said about Gilbert Freed, he said, "You look like you smell like pee."
Yes, that's also, they do look like they smell like pee. That's another good way of putting it. It's like it's similar, but it's not quite the same.
Indeed. Yeah. Well, we know he shits his pants a lot because Anissa seems to like to mention that one.
Yeah,
and his breath smells like
fucking
shit.
Weird one. Why would you fucking out your
dude
SO for shitting my pants? That's just me.
Dude, I remember because the first time I heard her fucking bring it up was years ago, and it had nothing to do with the conversation up to that point, or even really after it. Just out of the blue, brought up that he shits his pants. I was like, "What the fuck, dude? What is wrong with this bitch?"
There was a guy from Rooster Teeth, Jeff something or other, and he had IBS, like the irritable bowel syndrome thing, and he used to constantly talk about all the fucking times he shit his pants or whatever. Like he would just always talk about it constantly, and it was like, why would you share that information? But I guess like some people just they get off on it or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It didn't seem like at the time I seen him bring it up. It didn't seem like iDubbbz like was okay with it. Like he didn't really fucking shut it down because he's a pussy. But it didn't seem like he liked it.
No,
so
I would imagine weird. Fucking not.
Yeah, but some people would be though. You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah. I get what you're saying. Yeah, some people are into that kink. Yeah, you know what? Maybe he has that kink. Maybe that's what he's into.
Yeah, it could be, but he didn't seem like he was happy. So maybe not. But I think that because everybody, why the fuck does Anissa say all this shit about him? And I'm like, because she wants to keep him down. She wants to make him think she's the only one that'll ever love him. Even with how disgusting.
Yeah, very possible. Very fucking possible.
Yeah, I think it kind of has to be, right?
It makes like there was one where like, no, I'm not.
Yeah, where she's like,
I'm not arguing with you here. I think you're probably right.
Yeah, because there was one where like she was like, yeah, well, rate him like a 5. If his breath didn't smell like shit. And I'm like, what the fuck? Why would you say that? What the fuck is wrong with you? And then I'm like, oh yeah, she wants to make him think that you're disgusting, and I'm the only one that'll ever love you.
Yeah, because like people that have IBS, like that's not something they can control. If I had a girlfriend that had IBS or whatever, I wouldn't be like treating her poorly because she had a fucking accident or whatever and shit her pants, and I certainly wouldn't be like telling everybody about it. Like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah. By just publicly disclosing it. Like the guy you're talking about with Rooster Teeth.
shit. He was talking about himself.
Yeah, he was
You know what I mean?
just comfortable with it, and he was like, "Oh yeah, this shit, it sucks, but it happens all the time, and it's fucking hilarious." And here's this circumstance where I did this, and it was funny, and blah blah blah. And
yeah, that's his information to divulge if he wants to.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, it's to fucking be regularly bringing up disgusting. You find your fucking husband. It seems pretty fucking gross. But again, yeah, she seems to have gaslit him into thinking she's the only fucking chick that would be ever willing to fuck him.
Oh yeah. It's sad when that happens too, man.
Yeah, I mean, again, he's going along with it. Kind of.
I mean, he's a piece of shit. I'm not. Okay, so like, I'm not meaning in like I'm not sympathizing with Ida.
Like
I'm sympathizing with people that are in that kind of situation.
Yeah.
I'm saying it's sad when that happens, like just in general, when guys fall for that shit, or girls.
Yeah. It would be really. Yeah, I would, man. Yeah, it'd be interesting. Again, it's another one of those parallel universe situations. Like, I wonder what would happen if those two never hooked up. Yeah, like, would iDubbbz be this fucking pathetic at this point? Or because she's again incredibly dominant. Seems like she has essentially wiped him, and he has adopted her personality more or less.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So yeah, it'd be interesting. And I've got to imagine, because. I assume she literally essentially SA'd him. Like, you know what I mean? I don't think he made the first move. I think she was just like, well, we're going to fuck. Yeah, we're going to fuck. And like forced herself on him to a degree. Yeah, I don't know. It just seems most likely. Yeah. Not that it matters. But yeah, I just imagine him just being totally dominated from the start by her.
Oh, yeah, most likely. Yeah.
But yeah, she definitely knows she's got to keep him down. And she's like, hey, let's get covered with really shitty tattoos. Let's make both of ourselves as unappealing as possible, I guess.
Yeah, that's fucking for real.
Yeah.
Yeah, their tattoos are really bad. Like, they clash, too. Like, they're not even, like...
Yeah.
Like,
it's incoherent,
because, like, I've seen people with, like, the whole shirt and sleeves, like, tattoo where it's, like, a big fucking, like, all over their body. And it looks great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but there's a motif or a theme or something.
They're all connected in some way, and that one is one that's not.
Yeah.
I worked with a chick that had a similar thing where like the tattoos were just real shitty.
Right.
And it was real weird. Like she had like one of her tattoos she got on a dare, and it was fucking that fucking Jazzercise, or not Jazzercise, Sweating of the Oldies guy, Richard Simmons, I think.
Oh, right.
It was Richard Simmons' head over a pair of crossed axes, like a fucking flag or whatever, but like with his head instead of a pirate skull. And it was just like fucking bizarre, and it was like, all right.
It's pretty funny. I don't know if that I would do that with a permanent fucking tattoo. That's probably funny for like a week. And then you're stuck with it for life.
And you got it because of a fucking bet? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah. Yeah, that's bizarre too, man. What the fuck? Richard Simmons with axes, dude. That's fucking nuts.
Well, and not only that, but the reason she got it wasn't because, like, oh, I'm really into Richard Simmons, or this is a big part of my life. It was literally because somebody made a bet with her.
Mm-hmm. She lost a bet,
and she got a fucking tattoo. And it's like you're a fucking idiot. Like I got no respect for you. Like I can't respect a person like that. I'm sorry.
Why would you like take a chance on a bet for something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking weird.
She fucked my buddy, like that chick, because she worked at one of the places we worked at, and apparently she was starfish. So I'm like, yeah, it checks out.
All right, good times.
Let's see.
What else is happening?
Not a whole lot. Let me see here. Let me look at the Discord.
While you're looking up I don't know if you saw, but the reason that Ethan was finally fed up enough with iDubbbz to put that story out, that he's essentially, only fucked Anissa ever, and was gonna burn it up until then, was because iDubbbz went on to Noah Sampson's, was doing some kind of live stream thing. I think it was like a charity stream or whatever for probably Palestine or whatever, people of Palestine or whatever. But anyways, like when it came up to the them sending the skulls.
Oh, he said
like
it was funny. Yeah, he was like, I thought it was kind of humorous.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you, dude? Like, that is, again, it'd be different if it was, like, communities fucking with you, but, like, the people that are hating them, people that would probably, potentially do some shit. You know what I mean? Like, could very well attack these people in real life. Well, especially now, after the fucking shooting outside of the Israeli thing, like, yeah, that's a real possibility. Like,
that wasn't a fucking joke, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, is he really that clueless that he didn't understand that that's like that should be interpreted as a threat, not just could be, but should be interpreted as a fucking threat on their lives? Yeah, it's probably just somebody fucking with them, but that's not definite, not remotely definite, whatever. So yeah, that's basically what pissed him off. Like, yeah, no, that's really fucking funny, right? So let me tell you something funny about him. He's a loser that's only fucked one woman in his entire life.
Oh yeah, I don't blame him. I mean, all bets are off at this point with those people, man.
Yeah, it's pretty gross. But yeah, no, that rumor had been floating around because I know before, and I did say like that would explain quite a lot. Like if he somehow in his head really thinks there's like nobody, like he'd never get pussy again. If he's that insecure, and he definitely seems to be.
Well,
then yeah, it makes sense.
The thing is, when you're in a relationship with getting gaslit, and I'm absolutely sure you can attest to this being true as well.
Oh, absolutely.
It just gets really easy to believe that person after a while. Like you kind of get like to a point where it's just like that everything they say is just true because you just can't argue and you don't have a better like thing to say. It's sad.
Yeah, in my case, it was. Yeah, she successfully downplayed the severity of the fucked up shit she did. Like, it's not like I thought that shit wasn't fucked up, but she kind of did gaslight me into thinking like I was being like overreacting to it. Like it was like, oh, big deal. Like it's barely worth mentioning when it was really fucked up shit. So yeah, I was never at a point as an adult certainly that I didn't think I was ever going to get pussy again. But yeah, she definitely fucked with,
Oh, a lot of people just buy into that. Like, there's a lot of girls that genuinely think, like, oh, well, if I don't stay with this guy, I'll never have another relationship because I'm not worth it or whatever. I've heard that shit from people I know, like...
Oh, right.
Many times. And it's like, so, like, I don't like iDubbbz, but I don't begrudge him the same charity I would give to somebody where it's like, it's easy when you're in a relationship, especially when it starts off with gaslighting, to just buy wholeheartedly into it and never really break out of that gaslighting. Because I've seen that in like older couples too. Where it's like you can tell like one is definitely like spent their
one of them
entire life manipulating this other person.
Yeah, it's tough to see, man. I can't imagine a fucking like adult lifetime of that. That's fucked up.
I genuinely wonder if iDubbbz would be as vitriolic if he'd never hooked up with Anissa in the first place.
That's why I said
like he's a shitty person now, but maybe maybe long ago had he gone a different direction, he could be a decent person now. You know, it's a sad thing.
Yeah, and like I said, I think has just adopted her fucking disgusting personality. So he might have been a kind of shitty person, but yeah, he might not be this fucking nuts, like that fucking crazy and fucking hateful.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, he could be a totally different person if he hadn't, you know, spent his whole life being manipulated by this chick, or the majority of his adult life. Because didn't she fucking sink her claws in early, like when he was just starting out?
He was already well known. He wasn't. I don't think he had quite reached his peak.
Yeah, but it was right around before that he was like, you know, like established for a very long time. Like he's been established for years now.
Right.
I'm guessing she hit him like when he was just, you know, had only been doing it for like a year or two or something, you know.
Yeah. No, he was already well known, but crazy. Well, no, right around that time, I guess. I think
no. I'm not saying he wasn't well known. I'm just saying it was early in his career. She hit him when he was still young. Yeah, like he was still young.
Yeah, it was like a good 10 years ago at least.
Yeah, exactly. Like he hadn't been doing YouTube for that long, just for like a year or two, and then she fucking
because from what I understand, like she was seeing a guy that was also a YouTuber, but not nearly.
Oh,
they went to the same event, and iDubbbz was at the same event that they had gone to, and she fucking, you know, sprung out, used that guy as a springboard right onto fucking iDubbbz's cock.
Oh, so, that's
was,
the social climber.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God. Those women are so fucking easy to spot, too. Even if you've never fucked anyone, you can still tell those people are, like, from a mile
that they're
away.
quite obviously looking to trade up. Monkey
What's
branching.
That? You've never fucked anybody that wasn't somewhat well known?
What a coincidence.
What a weird coincidence. It's like everybody you dated is famous. Oh, I don't think I'm gonna come anywhere fucking near you. Like, I know better than that.
I think the first one I was aware of. Yeah, the first one I was aware of was Courtney Love going.
Oh yeah.
Smashing Pumpkins. Yeah, she was dating Billy Corgan from the Smashing Pumpkins and fucking jumped onto fucking Cobain.
Boy, when you say he dodged a bullet.
No shit. Yeah, I assume he was pissed at the time,
really
but looking back. Right.
Oh man. That is fucking dark. To think we almost lost the Smashing Pumpkins and kept fucking Nirvana. You know, like, whoa, dude. Wow.
Right. That's not a good trade. I love Smashing Pumpkins, but I'd rather have Nirvana around still.
I would, yeah, if I had the choice, Nirvana would definitely be what I would prefer. Yeah, I like Smashing Pumpkins.
I still wonder if he actually had her. Yeah, I'm still, dude. There's fairly compelling evidence that she actually had him killed. Like, they were gonna get the and shit. I've heard that.
You know, it wouldn't fucking surprise me, man. It really wouldn't. It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, that bitch.
At least.
That bitch is crazy. Yeah. So yeah, I could definitely see that happening.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is with those people, like her, the social climbers and stuff, there's usually a lot of real deep fucking psychological issues they've got. You know, like they're never the most well-adjusted person in the room. You know, like,
oh yeah, no, she's a mess, dude. God damn.
Kind of
she had half
the people
of
they're dating. A lot of celebrities have a lot of deep-seated fucked up issues. You know.
Oh yeah. Yeah, whatever compels them towards stardom, there's usually some deep-rooted fucked up shit. It's not always just, again, love for the craft, you know what I mean, of like acting or whatever the fuck.
Oh, yeah. Oh, so one of the stories that I got on there was this lady was encouraging and helping her kid purchase things for a fucking potential shooting. Like, I saw that and I was like, Jesus. So it sounds like this kid hasn't gotten too far into like ready to actually shoot somebody, but like it also sounds at the same time like his
mom was totally okay with it.
Like he was getting ready to, you know?
Yeah, and his mom was fully supportive, getting him all this shit to do it. With like she had gotten him shit to like shit, right? Like it was that crazy.
He had a fucking bullet and was hitting it with a hammer in front of his fucking house.
Wow.
And his fucking grandma came out and caught him at it. And she fucking, called the police and let him know that, like, this lady had provided the fucking bullet. Because, like, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a reasonable thing to do. Call the cops in that situation. Absolutely.
Yeah, like, you don't want your fucking grandson hitting a fucking, what do you call it?
Dude, that is... Yeah, hitting a bullet with a hammer? What the fuck, man?
Yeah, like that's a dumb fucking thing to do.
Yeah, that is insane. Jesus Christ.
So that was one of those things where it was like, wow, that's really, really fucked up. Like, why was this kid, how did he have a bullet? Oh, his mom gave it to him. Mm-hmm. She gave him fucking like a tactical assault vest and the fucking mask to wear. So, but what I'm not clear on here, and it wasn't made clear on this story, is this kid enamored of school shooters and wants to do a school shooting, or is this like a fucking fashion thing to him because he's too young to understand how serious it is? Because I can see some junior high kid thinking, I'm going to dress like a cool school shooter. Girls are going to love it. It's going to be so fucking cool. You know what I mean? Like, I can see that going through somebody in junior high's head. Like, that's the dumb shit that junior high kids think of.
Right. But if he was actually making shit, I guess even then he could just be like, oh, cool to be able to do it, and I never
exactly, because he's a dumb kid. Yeah. But her encouraging that's a fucking problem.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah,
that's where you draw the line. Because, like, look, if you want to be a fucking rebel, wear a fucking leather jacket and let's put your fucking ear pierced. And you can fucking dye your hair and fucking get a mohawk or put some fucking spikes coming out of your fucking head or whatever dumb shit you want to do to your fucking hair. And look really cool and wear like a chain around your neck and wear like fucking spiked gloves or something, like the fucking whatever weird shit kids do. Go for it.
Yeah.
But actually dressing like a school shooter and going to school, nah, dude, no, we're not gonna play that fucking game. That's too serious.
Yeah.
Like you can't show up in a tack vest and a fucking mask. Like that's not okay. Funny, but not okay.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, and then you get a look at her and like, yeah, no.
Oh yeah, she's definitely winning Mom of the Year. 100%.
What the fuck, man?
Yeah, that one just blew my mind. I was just like, you gotta be fucking kidding me, man.
It's so weird, man. I just remember having 1992 tattooed across the front of her fucking throat. And I'm like, what is that?
What does that even mean? Like, what's that a reference to? Some gang shit, no doubt, but...
Yeah, or, dude, if it's seriously... I don't know. I thought... Or something? Like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, I don't know.
I can't imagine. But, again, if you're that... it sounds like she's pretty fucked in the head, so maybe she really does think... No, getting the just the year of my birth tattooed across my throat... Perfectly reasonable.
Totally reasonable. Absolutely. How, you know what? How could I have ever questioned it? I don't know what I was thinking.
Right. Well, I was trying to think. Was she 02, 12, 30? So that'd make her like 33 or something like that.
Oh, I don't know.
So that could be it. Yeah, the kid at like 20. That would make her like 33.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. But...
That whole situation is just fucking depressing.
Yeah, I kind of want to look into that a little, see exactly what the fuck was going on, dude.
Well, I'm curious too because I kind of want to see like where is that likely to go as far as like court.
Yeah, because she was arrested, right?
Yeah, she was arrested because she's obviously encouraging this behavior. And she gave the kid a bullet, so that's clearly that right there is grounds for an arrest. Like so, but it I don't know if it's related to the kid wearing a tack vest and mask to go to school, and he didn't have a gun, he didn't have a weapon. As much as it pains me to say, if he didn't have any sort of weapon, he was just wearing a tack vest and a fucking mask, then like having him arrested is fucking ridiculous.
I thought she had
give him a fucking detention if he violated the. I didn't think he had a weapon on him though.
He definitely. I don't think he did at school, but I thought she had gotten him a gun or not. Again, he didn't take it to school.
I don't know if she got him a gun or not. Like I don't know. I didn't.
Yeah, I'm trying. Yeah, I don't trust my memory either, dude. I could have just assumed that.
I know she got him a bullet, but that's all I know for sure that I remember. So.
Yeah. Well, there was something about making bombs. Right?
Oh, he had a. He had an IED. That's right. He had an improvised explosive device. My bad.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, he had an ID, but he didn't have it when he went to school. So I don't understand if they arrest, like, because you can't arrest somebody for being stupid and wearing dumb clothes.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like that's the thing. Like, so I'm wondering, like, what was the arrest for, and like, is that gonna stick? Because like he wore dumb clothes and looked really fucking threatening when he went there, and.
Yeah, I assume the IED would kind of get.
Or was he being arrested at school because of the stuff he did at home? Like, was the IED and the weapon and stuff that he had the reason why they arrested him at school, and it just happened to be at school when they arrested him in that outfit? Or was it, like... Because you don't normally call the police because somebody showed up in tack gear and a mask. I get that it's concerning, but that's not a real reason to call like the police unless there's other issues.
I'm wondering if he got like sent to the office because of what he was wearing. It's like, oh yeah, no, I've got a that I made. No big deal.
Yeah. So that could be.
Yeah,
but I'm curious to see how that goes forward because until there's been an actual crime committed, there's not a lot to be done. But now that there has been a crime, like, where does it go from here? Like, the homeboy had like a weapon and an IED and then like ammunition and was drawing plans for his school and had tack gear and a mask and stuff, all provided by his mom. So what is the punishment?
Yeah, I want to know more.
Does she get the pussy pass? Does she get the like, oh, we're going to give you 2 months probation and then we're done?
Mm-hmm.
Or are they going to actually fucking like throw her in prison for like 10 years?
Yeah, you remember that case with
I would prefer.
Right. Yeah, no, again, it's like for the most part, for a vast majority of cases, I don't necessarily want to have parents completely responsible for the kid doing something fucked up. Unless it seems like they either contributed to it directly or should have quite obviously saw it coming and done shit to prevent it. Like, where was that at? Was it Michigan or wherever, where the kid, where the parents actually were found guilty and like they got like I think the dad got 10 years and the mom got like 15 years. What was his name? Ethan. The kid's name was like Ethan something. Fuck.
Oh, I know what you're talking about, though. Yeah. I remember that whole thing.
Yeah, because I remember, like, what? Because when you first hear about it, like, you can't fucking bust. Kids are going to do fucked up shit no matter how what. But then you hear the details, and you're like, oh, fuck these parents. Yeah, they definitely should have been doing some shit. They definitely should have fucking realized what was potential, or what was, like, likely going to happen.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, in a vast majority of cases, man, I'm not going to fucking hold the the parent's completely responsible for shit.
Well,
because again, like, kids are going to get into bad shit no matter what you do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, unless
but
you
in that
knew
case,
about it,
there's
really nothing to, as a parent, like, you can't know everything. Sooner or later,
in that case,
your kids are going to pull one over on you. Like, there's just no way around that.
Yeah, in that case, it really was that they fucking dropped the ball. Should have been doing something. And they were just, I think the mom was busy fucking some firefighter thing, so, just didn't care at all. And then the dad was, I forget what the dad's deal was, but he should have noticed too. So it was just a fucking like, yeah, no, you two are fucking horrible. And you should have seen this coming. Damn it. Let's see if we can find it. It's bugging me now that I can't, let's see, school student. Sure. Pretty sure the first name was Ethan Crumbly. Oh. There we go. Ethan Crumbly. Ethan Crumbly was the kid's name.
All right, Ethan Crumbly. There was, what was it? The football stabber, kid. They've charged him with first-degree murder. He's been charged with first-degree murder as an adult.
Right.
Which is exactly what should have happened. So hopefully he gets convicted. And that's that.
Yeah. I'm still surprised that it happened.
The rest of his life, I'd be.
Yeah, no, it's definitely what should have happened. But I'm still a little surprised that it actually did happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I thought for sure there was going to be one of those weird cases where, like, they end up being like, oh, well, he's just a poor lost soul and he didn't know any better. Poor little innocent lamb, instead of like, he's a fucking murderer and he belongs in prison.
Yeah, that was an interesting one. Like, deliberately provoke people and then stab the dude in the heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and that was the part that was so grievous about the whole thing, was just the fact that, like, he very obviously provoked the kid into coming in and so he could stab him. Like,
yeah, that was pretty, like, fucking.
There was nothing happening at that point that needed any sort of violent altercation. He had to create it in order to, like, justify in his own head, apparently.
Yeah. Yeah, he deliberately went into the opposing school's little section, and when they're like, "Hey, get the fuck out of here! You guys have your own," he stuck around and fucking provoked him. And then when it went down, he grabbed his knife and stabbed the guy in the fucking and killed him.
Yep.
Look, leave your towel alone. Look, you're gonna choke. Stop it. Hey, you're gonna choke, weirdo. Oh, sorry. Yeah. If it's not obvious, the dog's here. The grandpuppy's here.
No, I had no idea. How could I ever know?
Dude, I'm trying to break him of the habit of biting his tail, because, like, the hairs are so fucking long now that, like, after, like, if he bites it for, like, any longer than, like, 4 or 5 seconds, he starts choking and gagging because the fucking hair is down his fucking throat. So I'm trying to break him of that.
You're trying to stop a dog from biting his own tail. Good luck.
Well, I'm trying to keep him from doing it for too long, I guess. Because, he can get away with a few seconds, but, like, he attacks it so, like, intensely that, like, it's just a matter of time. Like, literally, if I just let him...
Good luck with that. Like, I don't know how you're going to do that, but good luck.
Yeah. No, I'm not completely stopping him from it. I'm just trying to... lessen the duration of it, I guess. Because again, he can do it for a bit.
Some bitter stuff, maybe, like they sell like the apple bitters or whatever, like for animals that are chewing on stuff or eating stuff that they shouldn't.
Yeah, just put it all over his tail so it's nasty as soon as he bites it.
Yeah, like that's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah. But yeah, he honestly doesn't.
I don't really know that much about training animals, though, so, like, I'm sure there's better ways to do it. I wouldn't necessarily.
Yeah, probably not. That's probably the best way.
Yeah, you want him to just associate his tail with something gross tasting. That is pretty effective for the dogs, for sure. But yeah, he does it every time, dude. If I don't like fucking distract him from it, yeah, it's just a matter of time before he's gonna start choking and gagging. He never throws up or anything, so I guess it's mostly, but it's still like, dude, stop. It makes me a little uncomfortable when you're gagging like that.
Oh, weird, yeah. I've never seen a dog gag on their own tail, like choke on it. That's weird.
Yeah. Well, you know how golden retrievers have that long streamer fucking tail. Like the hairs go really long off the tail.
Maybe your dog has a weird fetish.
Like, he's definitely got some weird fetish.
Choking himself. He's like, no, Dad, I gotta do it. It's too good.
Yeah. Stop kink shaming me, Grandpa.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You gotta stop kink shaming your dog, dude. What the hell?
Oh man. So yeah, I guess it would be mostly that, and any kind of like blanket-like or towel-like fabric. That's definitely a sexual fetish for him, which gets really annoying, like at night when I'm trying to cover up with a fucking blanket, because he wants to try to fucking hump it.
Oh, weird.
Dude, it's literally any blanket. Dude, any blanket, any towel, any of that kind of shit, dude, he freaks out and tries to hump it.
Weird.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck happened or how. Since he was a puppy, really.
All right, then.
Definitely before he was full grown. He has definitely had a thing for, it was mostly like towels and small blankets, but as he grew, he moved up to adult blankets, I guess, as he grew into
adult blankets.
Let's see. Oh yeah, both parents. Yeah,
how
15
is a
years.
blanket either an adult or a child? I'm confused. Like adult blankets.
Yeah, well, I meant like bigger, bigger blankets.
Like larger blankets. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, the kid's parents got 15 years. Parole possible after 10.
Oh, for the Crumbly guy, the kid that they should have seen it coming. Nice.
Yep. Yeah.
You know, because
so
there's a bunch of families that are, they're never gonna see their family member again. So, they deserve to be there for a while, man.
Due to their negligence and their son's actions.
Yeah.
Yep. Like I said, when I first heard it, I was like, dude, come on. Like, it's not always the parents' fault, you know what I mean? Kids can get into crazy shit, but yeah, as soon as you hear the details, you're like, no. Yeah, no, they should serve. They should be punished.
What is it? For their failure. I'm watching a drama with the karaoke group called what was it called? Adolescence on Netflix. I guess it's on. And,
okay.
The basis of the story is it opens up with the police arresting like a teenager. He's like 13 years old, right? And they're arresting him for the murder of one of the girls in his school. And they have video of it looks like it might be of him stabbing her. Like he's moving his hand towards her and she falls down. We're not really clear yet in the show. Like they keep doing things that cast doubt on whether or not he actually stabbed her. So we're not totally sure, but it looks like he probably did. It's very unlikely that anything else has occurred there. And at first it was like, oh well, this kid's a fucking monster. He stabbed this girl, but then it turns out she was like harassing him online. We haven't gotten any further. But she was harassing him online and calling him like incel and spreading it through the whole school and everything because he asked her out one time and she was mad that he had the audacity to ask her out.
Dared to ask her.
Like, how dare you ask me out, you disgusting fuck? It's like really? Like that's like why are you harassing this kid? Like that's fucked up, man. But
is this
now I'm curious
show?
To see, like, It's like a 4-episode mini-series kind of thing. It's all drama. Yeah, it's like a drama, like a British drama. And I'm curious to see where it goes. You know, I'm like, where does this go? Is like, are they going to try to say that like he was justified, or are they going to try to be like he's even worse because how dare he ask her out? Like, what's the fucking where's this headed?
Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of sucks, but nowadays you kind of think of what would the dumbest thing to happen be, and that's probably what it's going to be.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Unfortunately, nowadays, you're probably not going to get a lot of brilliant writing story.
Yeah. Well, the story so far has been really good. It's only like 4-hour-long episodes, and the first 3 have been riveting.
All right, that's encouraging.
I have very much enjoyed it. Like, I would definitely recommend watching it if you can. Like, it's definitely worth watching if you're into that.
Yeah, on Netflix? Netflix, you said?
Yeah, I believe it's on Netflix.
Hey, let's check it out.
It's just a fascinating show.
Moist. It's still no guarantee, but if the writing's good, that is definitely that's definitely a positive thing. It might end up.
Well, not only is the writing good, but the acting is a lot of fun too. The acting is very good.
Nice.
Like everything is believable. Some of the fucking stuff that they've had happen, the scenes they've shot are like insane. Where like they do the whole fucking scene in like one continuous take, and it's like the scene is between because they're analyzing the kid in a psych ward right now. He's talking to like a psychiatrist lady, and the whole scene between her and this lady, or between him and this lady, goes on for, I don't know, a good 10 minutes, maybe even 15. And it's one long continuous take from beginning to end.
Nice.
And it's shot really well, and it's really good acting. But like, this is a 13-year-old kid who managed to do like a 15-minute long, very intense, you know, with like outbursts and tears and fucking, it's just crazy, man.
Yeah, and managed to fucking nail it in one fucking take.
And they nailed it in one take, and it's like, wow, you guys really fucking great actors in this, man. Like,
yeah, especially for a teenage kid, dude. That's fucking.
Yeah, I'm sure he's really like 15 or 16, and he just looks really young. But still, even then.
Yeah, even then, yeah. Any teenager pulling that shit off is pretty fucking impressive.
I watched the Lilo and Stitch remake, the live action one, and actually good. It was
nice.
it was basically there were like maybe a couple of little things where they did a little DEI nonsense.
Right. Of course.
But none of the major characters were wrong. Everybody was like what they were supposed to be, and it was all good. The only thing I can think of is the black guy that played the CIA agent in the cartoon is like, you know, big buff fucking crazy big guy, and they didn't they hired like a normal sized black guy. They didn't hire like a muscular guy. They should have hired a guy with bigger muscles, you know, just to kind of fit that role. And then there's a guy who's like a white tourist guy in the cartoon, and he keeps dropping his ice cream. Like, he'll see the aliens and drop ice cream every time that he sees them or whatever. And it's like a running gag through the whole movie. But they replaced him with like a Hawaiian guy in a fucking what are those dresses they wear? Where it's like a Hawaiian print dress thing they wrap around themselves instead of clothes.
Oh, gotcha.
But that's like, you know, fucking whatever, dude. Like maybe that was the fattest guy that came in, and they were just like, all right, whatever, he's fat, let's go.
Yeah, so nothing essential. They didn't fuck with anything that It's not like Snow
All the
White.
characters are the same. The dialogue, as far as I could tell, I don't think they changed any of the dialogue, because I don't remember. Like, the cartoon and the show were pretty much the same. Live action were pretty much the same exact thing. And there was no, like, weird, creepy Abomination style, like, animation for the CGI stuff. Because obviously, like, the aliens are not, like, practical.
Yeah. All right, well, that's good.
So I was kind of surprised that was
think
actually a decent live action remake, because most of the time they're terrible. I don't see a reason for it to exist still. I enjoyed the movie, but I would have enjoyed watching the cartoon again just as much.
Right. I don't think I've seen it. I haven't. Cartoon.
It's a fun little story. It's a very fun little story.
That is what I've heard.
The whole thing is about like it's a little girl and her sister whose parents died, and the sister is trying to raise the little girl, but like, you know, she's dealing with the what do you call it, child protective services, because like, you know,
gotcha.
The little girl keeps acting out and stuff, but she's still, you know, grieving her parents being lost, and now her older sister is the one who's in charge and like trying to raise her, and you know, the older sister's like trying to keep a job. She was supposed to be in college right now, not working a job, not helping raise a family, and paying for all that.
Right.
So all that stuff is in there, and it makes for a very heartwarming story. The alien is being treated like a monster that needs to be exterminated the whole time, and then he and the girl like end up connecting and being friends, and like, you know, he realizes, oh, I don't have to be horrible. I can choose to be a decent person, kind of thing.
Oh, nice.
So it's like it's a surprisingly appropriate thing for kids to watch from Disney. Yeah, like kind of.
Yeah, I assume with I kind of think like even because you know how I'm wondering if they literally push.
You keep cutting in and out there.
You know, that's what they're doing. Oh.
Are you going like a bad connection or something? Or?
I don't know. It's good. Huh. Is it still doing it?
No, now you're back. Okay, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was wondering if they like were literally something else behind the DEI, like Snow White. And we'll put that out. We'll have that come out right after Snow White bombs or whatever.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. No, it's nothing like that, actually. Surprisingly, it's not that.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm wondering if that's why they had it made. You know what I mean?
Oh, like we'll put this out and people will not hate us anymore.
Yeah.
Could be.
Yeah, they're definitely going to hate Snow White no matter what.
It's always a
possibility. Let's try to make them forget about that.
I don't know.
As soon as possible. Because, yeah, remember Snow White was supposed to come out in like 2 years ago, right? I'm pretty sure.
I don't remember.
Yeah, they delayed it for a long fucking time.
Yeah, I know it was delayed for a long time. Yeah, I just don't know like when it was supposed to come out.
Yeah. They're like, all right, let's see. We're going to delay it, and people forget what a cunt Rachel Zegler is.
Yeah.
And then she just kept opening her mouth every so often. So it kept getting pushed back further and further.
Yeah?
Maybe not. Who knows? Either way, turns out it really sucks. Turns out Snow White was awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, have you seen it? I haven't seen it, but
I have not seen it.
It's shitty.
But it seems to me like from everything that everybody has described that it's like two movies put together in the worst possible way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know they did a lot of research because I think like the whole Prince kissing her or whatever. Like I think they did.
Oh yeah, they were like all like everybody was upset about that. Like it was some sort of weird like everybody was like, oh, it's like sexual assault. It's like it was a magic spell, and that was the thing that broke the spell. It wasn't about sex. He wasn't like oh, this chick's the hottest piece of ass I ever seen. I better get a little taste in before I wake her up. He was like, oh no, this is a magic spell, and the only way to break the spell is to kiss her. Like,
yeah, it was fucking weird. Yeah, they freaked out about it. Like, dude, that's the main shit.
Yeah, I didn't understand like the concern with that one. That one just did not make a lot of sense to me. Well, like why they were upset with that one, because it was just like, but like it was a spell. It wasn't like he just arbitrarily decided to go like stick his tongue down her throat. Like what's wrong with you people?
Yeah, well, shit. You remember like Ziegler's take on all? Prince literally stalks her. I'm like, yeah, that's not really what happened. You know what I mean? Like she had this weird take on the original.
Oh yeah. Yeah. She really thought it was. She's like weird. You know, like
yeah. She's never gonna like. That's never gonna not be associated with her like immediately. Yeah, that's another chick that I wouldn't mind seeing fucking homeless or whatever. It'll never happen. Her parents are fucking rich too, so there's never really much of a chance of that.
90% of Hollywood is nepotism, man. Most of those people don't deserve to be where they are. That's why a lot of this stuff is so bad. Is because there's just all these little nepo babies, and now they're doing like on top of the nepo babies, they're fucking the only people they're hiring from outside the system already are like people based off of like what their race is and their sexuality. So it's like, well, of course everything's dog shit. How can it be anything else?
They're not
like, you're not hiring anybody based on their skill.
Yeah, especially not the writers.
Yeah, it's all these people that normally, you know, it used to be like when they were hiring people, they were hiring people like based on skill. Like, so the writers and the people that were doing the real creative work were you know, very talented.
Yeah.
And it made up for like the nepo baby actors and actresses that like were basically just fucking mommy and daddy got them a job, you know, but like,
right.
You know, now it's now they're not hiring anybody based on skill at all. So that just is, you know, you can't have nepo babies and no skill-based hiring. Like that's just terrible.
Yep.
It's a bad combination.
Yeah, that's racist, sexist, and all the ists.
Yep, I'm an ist. Some of the people I deal with in the karaoke thing are like very young, and so occasionally I'll play like Overwatch with them or something like that. And it was funny that one of the kids joined the Air Force, and the guy's he's a funny dude. He's like a Mexican guy from like Texas, and he's like, oh hey, you know what do you know, you're a white guy. Are you like racist? I'm like, don't I automatically qualify as racist? Like I'm not capable of being anything but a racist. And he
right, yeah. Why are you asking?
Yeah, like and you know that was pretty funny. That was a good joke.
Right.
They appreciated that humor, and I feel like that's it was kind of like a refreshing thing, because it's like I'm sure I've met other people where like they genuinely think that. You know, whereas like most of the people I meet that are in that age range right now are like, yeah, it's fucking retarded, right?
Right. Oh fuck. Yeah, no, I've always stereotypes, whatever the status quo is, especially nowadays because it's so ridiculous. Like, yeah, you got to make fun of it, gotta laugh at it, point and laugh at it. Indeed.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I'm racist, like, in general. Like, I don't have anything against anybody based on their ethnicity or race or whatever.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely an individualist. I have no I do. Average might be for any group of people. I'm still going to treat you as an individual.
Yeah.
Apparently that's racist, though. Yeah.
I do...
Probably.
I do tend to regard black people positively more often than negatively, though. When I'm meeting people, because like there's you know, my family, the guy that I looked up to most when I was a little kid was my cousin who's black, so I do have a tendency to be a little more like biased towards like black people.
Yeah, I hear you.
On a social thing.
Oh yeah, yeah. I assume they're criminals. Every single one of them that.
Oh no, I'm the opposite. Like that's a weird part. Like,
no, I'm kidding.
Because of the way I grew up, it's most people do look at them as criminals, and it's like it's weird to me.
Yeah. It's bizarre. Yeah, well, again, any group of people really, treat them as individuals, dude.
Yeah, well, because any group of people is going to have criminals and good people in it, like mix. It's it's not going to be.
Yeah, stereotypes exist for a reason. For the most, not for like criminality specifically.
Well, the irony is, the entire left-wing point of view is incredibly racist.
Yeah, condescending.
Like they may be calling everyone else racist, but like they're the most genuinely racist fucking group of people on the planet.
Yeah. No, I love the whole immigrant
thing. You're white.
Like,
you're definitely racist because you're white. It's like, where's the hidden camera? Are you this fucking retarded? Like,
right. Yeah.
I know.
Also,
I know racism is seated in ignorance, but it's insane to like deal with it. Like when you literally have people, like literally calling you a racist that have never met you. Yeah,
and then again, the same people. No, we need to let all these illegal aliens so they can harvest our lettuce and pick our cotton.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. That is the fucking best part where it's like, no, they're not working all the jobs that nobody wants. They're working jobs that plenty of people would love to have. They're just working them cheaper and making it so that those jobs don't pay enough. As they don't pay as much as they should.
Yeah, exactly.
Like they're driving wages down for people that do have live here and should be getting those jobs. It's like if you're in high school, you can't get a fucking job at the the fucking local fast food joint because the Mexicans are all working there. It's like
there's 13 of them living in like a 3-bedroom house. 13 or 14 of them living in.
And the kid that's 16 years old and in high school and needs to buy a car should be having that job. Like that should be that kid's job.
Yeah. But nope, no more teenage fast food workers. That's a career for people now.
Yeah. Oh, did you see the fucking picture I posted that I found on another Discord? Where somebody went to like a convention for fucking people with sex dolls?
Dude.
Is that
that was fucking nuts.
Fucking disturbing? Now here's what I'm gonna say. And I'm sure you'll regret hearing this, but I think I know why they took that picture outside.
Mm-hmm. The odor?
Yeah, you imagine the fucking smell in a room full of sex dolls?
Oh, God. Oh, man.
Fuck you.
Yeah, you'd think they might clean them up. But probably none of the people that have those really get.
Oh, man. I thought that one right there, that one to me was fucking crazy. I'm like, you went to a fucking convention with other people with sex dolls? Like, this is... Have you no shame?
Wow. Yeah, that's yeah. I don't know if I'd be all that comfortable doing it just to to observe them in natural habitat or whatever.
There's a horror movie about sex robots.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Where a group of people go out to like a fucking cabin in the wood, like a luxury cabin house woods, or a vacation home in the woods, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
And,
right.
And one guy jailbroke his sex robot so that he could add mods, and she would kill the other lady's husband so that they could split the guy's money. Right? And then chaos goes wrong, and everybody else gets killed. What was it called? But like, I was looking at that going like, oh, you know what? In a situation like that, I could understand why you would have your be able to take your sex robot out in public with you, because they were indistinguishable from like people.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, unless you spend a good couple of minutes talking to it, or like, you know, or whatever. It was called Companion. That's what it was. Actually, it was a really fun movie. But like, I was like, oh yeah, if I had one of those, like a robot that looked just like and acted like a real person, like all the time, I would have no problem with it, you know, having it out in public or whatever. Like, but also, those dolls were like they were making like meals and stuff for their fucking owners and shit. Like they would cook them like breakfast and lunch and dinner and shit, and bring them stuff all the time. I'm like, oh wow, that would be pretty fucking awesome. Like, I don't even know if I need if I would care about the sex feature at that point. If they're gonna bring me like healthy, balanced cooked meals and fucking you know, fucking clean up my house and shit, yeah, I'll fucking take a robot like that.
Yeah, I've got to imagine that's a whole completely different type of.
Yeah, well, I mean, the assumption there is like if you built it along the lines of a human, like the robot is designed to be able to move and act in every way, shape, or form like a human, then it'd be very easy to program it to like fuck and to make an omelet. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the killing is, man, women being replaced by easily replaced by sex robots would be the horror of women.
Oh my god! If the robot made sandwiches, if like didn't even actually cook anything, but it could just make sandwiches and give blowjobs, that would be it. It would be over.
Yeah, sandwiches, blowjobs, and then have the capability of saying that. And that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Not a lot. Not a huge thing to be able to beat out actual living human women. Yeah, so I gotta, like I said, that's why women are so fucking again, chunk of are so fucking adamant and so fucking against any kind of the realistic sex robots.
Well, so the Taylor the Fiend stuff that no, I can't stop watching because like it's entertaining.
Right.
A good portion of that is like these women have basically just reduced themselves to like 3 holes. Like that's what their market value is. They've like 3 holes, and they're willing to offer those 3 holes. Means they should get like everything. Like they should get free room and board. They should not have to work. They should not have to do chores around the house like a normal person. They should be like getting a 6'5" guy who's making like $1 million a year. Like because they have 3 hours. Like they really have nothing else to offer. Like in their own words, they're not offering anything else. Like they're not cooking, they're not cleaning, they're not offering companionship even. It's like
dude.
Like you're not looking for a partner. You're looking for a fucking servant who's willing to accept like blowjobs for being your servant.
Looking for a fucking simp. Yeah, a wealthy simp, basically.
Oh yeah,
and dude, the ones that I find it really amazing because some of them women are so fucking like mid at best, and I'm like, how do you have
some
the
of them are fucking like
of
2s or 3s?
They're so delusional,
dude.
Dude, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Some of them are. I'm just like, why do you think you earn that? Like you're acting like you're the top 1%, like in attractiveness, dude, and you're like fucking bottom 10% or fucking. Yeah, you know what I mean? There's a lot of them that are definitely in the bottom half.
One thing I can definitely say, doing as much dance as I did and interacting with as many people as I did, I think I would prefer, unless it was an extreme situation, I would 100% rather date a 6 or a 7 than a 10.
Right.
I'll be real honest. I don't have the fucking patience because I met a lot of really attractive women and men, and quite frankly, the more attractive people were in general, the more assholes they were. Almost universally. There was a rare exception. Like if I met a girl who was a 10 and actually was interested in me and was really nice, then sure. But the average 10, I want nothing to do with. I don't even want to hang out. Guy or
Dude,
girl.
yeah.
Guy or girl.
Again, they're not all
like,
that. Yeah.
not even sex on the
Yeah.
table. I'm just talking about just general, like, I don't want to be around them. Because I have found them to be fucking insufferable.
Yeah, insufferable and boring.
Oh yeah, almost
Not
100%. Yeah, almost every time. Like, no interest, no fucking like personality. They're just attractive.
Yeah, you're not getting into it. Generally, getting into a philosophical conversation, or even just a stimulating conversation beyond physical. Yeah.
There was one girl I met who was definitely like an 8 or a 9. And I worked with her, and if there had been even half a chance, I would have tried to scoop her up. But she was already like in a relationship and like on her way to being married, and then got married. And she was just like fucking awesome. But like that was like one out of like dozens of different people that I met. It was just like
one in every 10,000 or so.
Yeah,
or
it's like a unicorn.
Indeed.
I
you almost want to be like, okay, what planet are you originally from? Because you're not from here.
I remember having a very long, graphic conversation about taking shits with her at one point. And I'm like, that's not usually something you can have like a good conversation with a coworker, about like that. That's funny. Especially not like the attractive person at work. They're usually there. Ew, that's gross, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, everybody shits, it's not gross. Like everybody shits. We don't want to put it on our hands. We don't want to smear it on our faces. But it's fucking everybody poops.
Yeah. It is definitely part of life.
If you're not shitting, there's a problem.
Right. You should probably see somebody. Should see professional help for that.
Yeah.
Should seek a doctor.
Definitely. But that was definitely entertaining. But it's like that's such a fucking rare occurrence when you're talking about like really attractive people.
That ever bother to cultivate any kind of endearing personality.
Oh, what was the deal with Afrin? I didn't get a chance to check that one out. Is Afrin addictive? The fucking nasal spray?
Well, it's a thing of where like it gives you like initial relief from your stuffy nose or whatever.
Oh, but that and then it actually causes a stuffy nose when you're getting off of it.
Well, it makes you feel like you're not breathing properly.
Oh.
It makes you feel like it. Yeah, it's an odd thing. I don't know why.
I cannot count the number of clients we've had that have had like Afrin nasal spray as like one of their prescriptions. Yeah. Like there's so many people. Yeah, because I don't think it's like a physically addicting thing. It actually makes you feel like you have the symptoms when you don't. Yeah.
Like it makes you feel like you can't breathe properly.
Yeah.
Which is fucking nuts. Like, why is this able to be sold? Well, I guess we know why. Because it's Bayer, and they have a very large, very lucrative lobbyists people. From the same people who invented heroin.
Very true, yeah. That's really fucked up, man. So basically, if you start using those sprays... I remember I got a really bad cold once, and I bought some nasal spray, and I used it like 3 times before I was just like, nah, fuck it. Like, it doesn't make enough of a difference, I'm not going to bother. And,
but so some of the stories...
glad I didn't end up fucking hooked on Afrin, dude, because that's probably going to be like...
Dude, some of the stories in that
are major expense, but like, I mean, how much money are you spending every month on Afrin? It adds up, If you're using it for like 10 some years, is that like a couple $1,000s? It's like, how much have you spent?
Yeah, apparently people that are into that cycle or whatever, dude, are crazy amounts of it.
Oh.
But yeah, it seems odd that something that type of side effect is bizarre. Yeah. But again, it's a German company. Again, the German company that. So.
Well, I think in the past, hasn't Bayer like fucking killed people?
Yeah, I assume they were part of.
And shit,
well, yeah. Again, they were around for two, so. Yeah. And they were in Germany, so I would say. I think. Well, yeah, no, I think I. Yeah, no, they made the Zyklon. They made the fucking. What is the speed? What was the speed? The meth or whatever that
don't
had all their
remember
soldiers.
the name.
I forget the name.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, let's see. Zyklon was the deadly gas thing. It starts with like a P. Think of it at the moment.
Yeah, there was like some sort of thing, if I remember correctly, where like in the United States, where like Bayer was like selling some sort of medication that turned out to be poisonous, and like a bunch of people fucking died from it or something, or there were chemicals that they were throwing out of their factories that killed a bunch of people, and they never got busted for it. I don't know. There was some crazy shit that's happened with a lot of these big companies.
Yeah, not surprising. Oh, ketchup. Oh, there. No, that's not ketchup. Oh, there it is. Ketchup, what the fuck?
Oh, let's see.
What else is happening?
Oh, that sniper thing. Fat Electrician did a thing on that sniper guy, too. It was a lot of fun as well.
Yeah, I realized I had actually seen that. He actually... with the M2. But there was a lot... There was... Fat Electrician didn't cover. I think it's worth a watch, even if you...
Oh, I did. I watched that one, too. Yeah, no. The story was, like, that guy's such a crazy fucking character. It's fun to... It was, worth another watch. I couldn't tell you which one, like, what either side missed, but it was just entertaining.
It's pretty nuts.
That's right.
Yeah, and again, I thought they did. I guess I kind of assumed, for whatever reason, I thought they were powerful sniper rifles. Like, you know what I mean? That's been a fairly recent thing. Like like American Armed Forces started using 50 cal sniper rifles in 2002.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I know nothing about like guns, what I see on the internet. So I don't know.
I mean, there were 50 cal weapons. Like again, the machine guns. You know what I mean? Since I don't know if that was World War II or not, but it was. If it wasn't, it was shortly after. But nobody thought to use that heavy of a bullet until the fucking early 2000s or late 1990s. But he just was like, all right, no, I'm going to take this 50 caliber machine gun. I'm going to somehow rig up a fucking scope on it and use it as a sniper rifle. It's pretty fucking nuts.
Yeah, considering the kick those kind of guns have, that's pretty fucking terrifying.
Dude, he hit a guy from 2,500 yards. 75, over a mile. Well over a mile.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty nuts.
Yeah, those fucking, some of those guns are insane. You,
that guy to come up with that.
There was,
you know what I mean? Like, nobody told him to do it. He was, you know, the 50 cal bullet seems to go pretty far, stay pretty accurate. I'm like, I'm going to try to fucking put a scope on that.
Yeah.
Very inventive young man.
Clever lad.
Yeah. Yeah, or again, he was like, because again, he was essentially part of the or whatever. And yeah, some of the shit he did, like to kill the Viet Cong guys or whatever. Like just having to hang out, moving a few feet every.
Well, they had to get fucking creative, right? Because like there were so many rules about this, that, and the other that they had to get fucking creative with that shit.
Yeah, I remember the what do you call it? The requirements for getting an official sniper ridiculous. You remember?
No, I don't.
Yeah, you literally, it had to be seen by an which again, in the 2-man, if you're solo, possible. So that guy had, at least 400, 500 kills that he could not count because he was either by himself or his spotter wasn't.
Oh, that's a weird thing. So, like, there's a lot of
Yeah.
things where they would do that, where they'd be like, oh, we can't count this or that or the other thing because of, like, it happened to a lot of fighter pilots, too. Snipers and pilots both had a lot of those issues going on.
Yeah, because they're like, oh, and if there's any doubt that might have been one or two or more snipers, then nobody gets credit.
Yeah, sad.
Yeah. Or you had to bring the body back and show, like, look, I put this hole in here.
Yeah, it was, like, ridiculous how
it's a lot of, yeah, like, what the fuck, man? But yeah, it turned out they just didn't believe the numbers that they were. They're like, there's no way you're killing this many people. There's no way you're.
Oh, they thought he was like fucking padding his numbers.
Yeah, they thought everybody was making shit up, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that. I can understand why you would. Some of these people were like pretty impressive.
Yeah, a little.
I'm not saying they made the right choice. I'm just saying I can understand.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, if you go to his CO or whatever, and telling
if everybody else
really
is like, oh yeah, no, this guy's not making anything up. The people he's worked with, and like, they're like, no, he killed
he's
those
incredibly
people.
honest.
Like he's incredibly
really that
good. We've seen him shoot, and the shooting is beyond exceptional. Like on a whole different level.
I understand why you're skeptical.
Doing target practice is like a whole different level. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, you're like, I understand why you're skeptical. I promise. And even then, they're like, nope. You gotta see it or it didn't happen.
What is going on that I'm not getting any cocaine here?
Yeah, man. That would make a hell of a clip.
Yeah, sorry, my coke house is not functioning properly.
I can hate when that happens.
Yeah, man. So you're telling me? No, it's all set to go to the fucking cauldrons. And then those all go to the fucking...
What was the name of the game you play again?
Schedule 1.
Name of that game?
Schedule 1, appropriately.
Nice. What else? What else is happening?
Let's see. I was gonna say, do you see the AI trailers for The Simpsons?
I didn't. I saw the clip. I saw the thumbnail, but I didn't actually watch it.
Oh, a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's pretty nuts. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. What else happened? Oh, the crypto bros fucking kidnapping that guy.
Kidnapping the guy. Yeah, that shit was nuts.
Ooh.
That was some
that's
crazy fucking shit going on there. Like, what the hell?
Like, torturing the guy for like a month or something?
Yeah, I guess they were trying to get the codes for him to like fucking turn over his cryptocurrency or whatever, but yeah. God damn.
I didn't see like how he actually got out.
Yeah, I didn't either. I don't think they talked about it. I'm sure that'll come out sooner or later. It might be waiting for after like the court case or trial or something. Who knows?
Yeah, I guess it kind of makes sense in a way, like because with crypto, it's like impossible to trace, right? Like, isn't that?
Yeah. If they've gotten his crypto, there's no way they could have really gone after them for that part of it. But the kidnapping and stuff is still really illegal, so they would have still gone to jail. And then presumably they would have murdered him as well, because like, once they get their stuff, there's no reason for them to keep you alive, and every reason for them to kill you.
Yeah, I assume that fact is what kept him alive.
Because he was smart enough to realize, you're showing me your face, you're definitely not going to let me live. I'm not telling you anything.
Yeah, there's no way I'm going to, like, you might kill me anyway, but if I get shit, you're definitely killing me, which makes it a lot easier to resist.
Yeah, I'd rather die and you not get my money than give you my money and then die.
Yeah.
Like, if death is on the table either way, I'm certainly not going to give you my shit, like, before I die. Thanks very much.
It was a very flawed plan by the kidnappers.
Yeah, no, it's very stupid.
I was going to say, if you got something like, you have a choice there. Let's see. They might kill me if I don't tell them.
First of all, you don't want them to know you're like a lily soft billionaire. If you're going to kidnap somebody for that situation, you'd want to hire people that are disposable and not connected to you. So you'd want to hire people to do the kidnapping and the torturing and extracting of the information, and then you want to have them kill and dispose of the guy, and then you want to kill the people you hired.
Hear that shit.
You want to kill the people you hired, so there's a completely no connection between you guys, because the only money is crypto at that point. That makes it really easy.
Yeah, you would think they would have saw the Heath Ledger. Everybody's got to kill
the Joker thing.
Yeah, remember when they do the heist?
That wasn't what I was thinking about, but yeah, that's a fairly good description of it. Yeah, where like you're so far down the chain that there's no connection directly to you, even though you end up with all the money.
As soon as you're done, the guy that then he does the next thing, and the guy that's doing the thing after that kills him. Yeah. Until it's just a Joker.
Actually, I take it back, because my plan is flawed, because why would they have any motivation to give you any of that crypto?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, either way, it's a...
Because if you hired somebody to do it for you, like, once they have the information on the crypto, like the key and everything to get
you want to hire...
They don't need you anymore.
Yeah.
They're just
I think you'd want to hire people that have zero...
Like, there'd be no reason for them to go and give you any of it, like, at all. Like, what are you going to do? Tell anybody? You're the one that hired them. Like, you say something, they say something, you're both fucked. So, yeah, actually, I guess you kind of do have to do that yourself. Or you could get some stupid people to kidnap the guy and then get that information. I don't know. That whole situation seems like a bad plan to just begin with. Like, I honestly think you might be better off just earning the money. Like,
yeah, I mean, if you're going to hire somebody, it's got to be somebody that you know is completely speculative.
Somebody who's going to do the work and isn't an idiot. Like, that's got to be hard to get.
Yeah.
And then killing them is not going to be easy, because they're going to think, like, I mean, obviously they're going to be suspicious. I would be. I mean, if I was getting hired to do something by somebody else and it was dangerous and illegal, I'd be like, how do I know they're going to pay me and not just shoot me? Like, what the fuck?
Right. Not for you, Lou.
Alright, well, I gotta take a shit, and I can't think of anything else that we haven't conversated about. So I was thinking, like, might call it early today.
Right. Yeah, that's fine.
Alright.
Yeah, so for everybody not